What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I'm glad that you could join me this evening. I am your host, Ed Honcho, and we have some interesting things to discuss today. We're going to be talking about James Younger. If you're not familiar with James Younger is the child in the situation that was going on up in Dallas. Now, I think things have come to, I don't know if it's a close, but a more amicable decision. But I'm going to tell you what I think, why I think it is. I'm going to talk about that judge, I think Kim Cooks is her name. I'm going to talk about Anne Georgulas, whatever her name is, the mother in the situation, and why things are only going to get worse. And you better protect yourself, your children, and you better be very cautious of the people that you take your advice from. I'm going to tell you why, because this case is much deeper, I personally believe, than I think most people are really realizing. Because there are some things, there's some very interesting stuff that I don't think many people are speaking on, and I wonder how much of an impact this has already had. But let's see who we have joining us. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I really want to do something I know I probably shouldn't do. I'm like this close to doing it, but I probably shouldn't do it. I really want to get that. I really want to get that new Call of Duty. Not even for the multiplayer. I just want it for the story mode. I'm not like a multiplayer person. But let's see what we have joining us this evening. Let's get into some good conversation. I hope all of you are well. I hope life is treating you with the utmost respect. And we hope you're treating yourself with the utmost respect. I think that's what's most important. And then everything else will fall in line. So let's see what we have joining us. I see Rashida Reed, K. Grace, what's the motherfucking deal? INF Storms, what's the motherfucking deal? Cultured, what's the motherfucking deal? Berry 32, who knows if they're sweet or they're sour? Who knows? Only one lie, what's the motherfucking deal? Glad that you could join us this evening. Let's see. Miss Bell, the bell has rung, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Bad and Bougie, always good to see you, Bad and Bougie. Girl 6 in the building this evening, what's the motherfucking deal? Solis, what's the motherfucking deal? Eastside Hero, what's the motherfucking... Yeah, it has been L's all week, man, and what the fuck? You're not lying, Eastside. It has been L's all week. The Texans took a L. That was, I won't say it was expected, but it was what it was. Astros been taking L's. Rockets take an L to open the season. Think U of H ended up losing to SMU. I mean, it has been an L for the city. We got to get shit back on track. LaDon, Mellow Moonchild, what's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you. Eastside Hero, what's the motherfucking deal? Cartier, what's the motherfucking deal? Angela, Angela, there's been an argument we're supposed to have had for quite some time, Angela. We have still not had this argument. I don't know how long it's been now. Oh, they down 3. They still in the game. Okay, still going. Okay, interesting. So, Professor Trill, what's the motherfucking deal? But, yeah, Angela keep running from the argument, you know what I'm saying? So, tomorrow is Fight 'em Friday. So, now it's some things we're supposed to discuss. We gotta have, I'm still waiting. You've been supposed to send me some information on multiple things. You're supposed to tell me where I said some of the nonsense and some other stuff. You're supposed to send me a timestamp. You're supposed to send me some information about a dirty university and some other things. I'd be waiting on the information. Look, if we was classmates doing group work, I know who would be responsible for all the work. You the one that just signed your name on the paper when the work done, huh? That's how that goes. It's all good, Miss Angela. You know that I still got love for you. Let's see. Let me fix this because the noise is all crazy. Really? Were they? That's crazy. What's your home business? Are you selling drugs, Anne? Are you cooking up new crack? You selling them blue tops to wire? But anyway, no, I'm just bullshitting. Well, hopefully everything goes well with your home business, and I wish you the best of fortune on your entrepreneurship journey. But again, it's an honor, a privilege, and pleasure to get to chop it up with all of you. So let's talk about this situation, man, because I think this particular situation is detrimental not only to the child at hand, but I think there's so many layers of this thing that we have to discuss. So, if you don't know what happened, James Younger was a child up in Dallas. He's about 7 now, but this thing has been going on for quite some time. Jeff Younger is the father, and Georgulas, whatever her name is the mother. She's a pediatrician, right? Dr. Ann. This is a pediatrician, right? So this is a woman who has say-so or gives advice on the health of people's children, right? And so I think they have a set of twins. Now, she had the children, I want to say in vitro, so she had an egg donor. So technically, she's not even the biological mother. She carried the children, but technically, she's not even the biological mother, right? And the dad, he contributed his sperm to it. So technically, he is the biological father. Anyway, they had joint custody. And so the situation is they were divorced, and she was basically trying to get sole custody. She has been telling one of the children, I believe they're twins, she's been telling one of the children since about the age of 3 that he was a girl. No, they're not her eggs. They're someone else's eggs. That he was a girl, telling him that monsters eat little boys. I mean, just want to call him Luna, putting fingernail polish on him and doing all of this stuff. Again, like children at the age of 3 can discern things. They're still figuring stuff out. But I'm pretty sure he did something off the wall, and she probably took it and ran with it. And, whatever. So anyway, so she's been trying to get him in. What she was trying to do is basically have sole custody with him, having kind of supervised visits and everything. Basically saying that this man, the stipulation she was requesting, and the judge granted him, I think, initially, but then everything changed up because this case started to blow up, and I think the judge didn't want her name out there getting attached to it. A black female judge named Kim Cooks up in Dallas, and she looks like she might have transitioned herself. As far as I know, it is what it is. But the stipulations were that the father had to recognize the child as a girl, had to address him by the name that she wanted to give him, which was Luna. The father was supposed to be banned from associating with anyone who would not address the child as well. This is what they're trying to do. These are the people, again, we have a particular demographic, niggas, continue to vote for these damn particular people who are pushing this idea. They want to tell you how to live, what you can and can't do. The more you rely on government, the more you let government in your life, the more they try to restrict you. Now, whatever your political choices are yours. I'm not here to sway you either way, but let's just be real about it. And so what happened was, I guess that this stuff blew up. Ted Cruz got involved. Rand Paul got involved. A bunch of senators got involved. A bunch of people. I mean, it started trending. It was a big hashtag. I mean, it blew up, right? It blew up. And I think this judge got embarrassed because they took it to a jury trial because I think the judge initially was going to grant it. Then he requested a jury trial, I guess, hoping that you would think that people would have enough sense. But you have a lot of things going on here. And this is part of the stigma when we talk about, I think this touches on so many things. We talk about, parenting and how the courts handle children and why women just automatically get favored unless you just really strung out. You'd have to come into the court with your arm strapped up and a needle hanging out that bitch. And they still probably give the fucking kids to the mom. That this whole thing is going on. The son, even he recorded a video a couple of years ago that the son told him that mom is telling me that I'm a girl. She makes me say I'm a girl. She makes me do all this little stuff. And the kid didn't want to be that. She was trying to put the kid on, what is that, chemical castration, basically, puberty blockers. The kid is 7 years old. What does a kid at 7 know? Spider-Man, Transformers, some off-the-wall shit like that, but I'm pretty sure she's banning him from that, right? And it's so funny because these same people who push the non-binary, the gender, the this, all that, say there's no rules and limitations, but it seemed like she sure was pushing him in a certain direction of this social construct of the idea of the female sex or the female gender by doing what is typically considered female things, right? So I find that very interesting. But anyway, Breaking news today. Basically, I guess the judge reversed the decision and said that, they'll both have joint custody. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let me see. Let me make sure I say it stated appropriately. So it'll be joint custody of their twin children today. Said but the center is focused on whether the parents should allow one of their children to live as a girl or boy. So these are twin boys, right? So apparently she wanted a girl. She probably went through this whole process hoping that she would get a girl out of it, and so she tried to make one of them
donated $1.
a fucking girl.
Keep calling out that Democrat bullshit. Fuck the Democrat plantation.
It sounds so funny with the robot voice reading that shit. Appreciate the love, their culture. And so, again, this woman is a doctor. This woman is in control of children's health, a pediatrician. Again, these are people who get to tell you about the health of you. So this is like I say, you don't know who to trust. These are people you're supposed to get your information from. You should. This is the day and age that we live in. Like, we talk about. We haven't never talked about anti-vaxxers or anything like that, but I almost don't blame people who support that or their mentality. I'm not gonna say that I'm with that train. That's a whole different conversation. But when these are the people, this is a doctor, this is a pediatrician who can tell you about the health of your child. I'm sure there's some other cuckoo doctors out there too, who are putting their personal beliefs into the health treatment that they offer you. I wouldn't trust anybody. It's a silly question. When did they stop calling people that dress little boys up as girls? Like, very interesting question. Well, you got to understand too. When it involves women, it's never pedophilia. When it involves women, that's the thing, right? When these teachers harass these young boys, it's not. They don't call it pedophilia. It was just a story of an older woman who got pregnant by an 11-year-old boy that she was supposed to babysit, right? And they I don't think they even used the word pedophilia in the conversation. I mean, do we have to mean how young do we have to be? To me, it's all the same. All these teachers that are out there doing it, that you hear these stories every other day that are doing it, I think it's the same thing. But it's a double standard when that word is used. But I agree. So my thing is this, man. My thing is this. This child will have problems no matter what. I mean, nationally, this child will have problems permanently. The internet never goes away as this child gets older. I'm hoping not, but in the long run, I wouldn't be surprised. You're going to have kids bring this stuff up. You're going to have kids say, you're going to call him. He's going to be harassed, and he's going to have mental issues, and it's going to be an odd relationship between those parents, like whether there's going to be the distrust of his mom, or he seems to have a good connection with his dad in some of the photos that I've seen. I'll try to put some of these pictures up here, but it's just like, and where's Broderick? We're still waiting on Broderick to answer the question about that last picture that was put up, because I don't know. I can't answer that for you. So we'll hopefully Broderick will pop up and we get that answer. Just a little kid, man, a little boy.
Dan Strong donated $5. Throughout history, a shift toward androgyny marks the decline of a civilization. Class, take your seats and prepare for the fall of Western civilization. We are fucked.
I agree, and that's if you don't see it, again, let's talk about you look at China and what they're doing and what they're focused. They're not entertaining none of this nonsense. Other countries are not entertaining the nonsense that is going on in America. I can't blame them. Look, we see what they do in America. Fuck that free speech shit. Appreciate the love, Dan Strong, but I completely agree. And this is true. And this is why I say we're in the decline. This is the biggest issue that they push. The media, the politics, all of this stuff. The medical industry. People say, "Oh, I don't think it's." I'm 100% behind the idea that the medical industry is pushing this shit, because we're not addressing the real issue, which is there are mental health issues definitely associated with this behavior, with this line of thinking. But instead, the first thing we say is give them more medicine, give them more surgeries, give them medicine for post-surgery. They got to have counseling, all this stuff. All of this is fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Let's put them on more medications. And if they want to detransition or whatever, guess what? More money, more medication. It's all more money for the health industry. Same thing with a lot of these other problems that people have health-wise. Let's pop them on a bunch of fucking opioids. Let's get them on a bunch of fucking drugs. Let's get them on a bunch of shit to where they're permanently attached to this shit, right? You know what I'm saying? So even mental health therapists, for the most part, they don't try to help you resolve your problem. We're going to talk about it, and we're just going to continue to talk about it. I'm going to charge you a few $100s an hour. We're just going to keep talking. We're not going to get to the root of it. We're not going to really solve it. You're stuck in this. You can't change your ways. It's who you are. You just got to talk about it to get the stress off you. All of this stuff is done under the scheme of making more money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Until you start turning, like, what are these people? The lizard people, cat people? I mean, I don't know. You just keep getting surgeries until you have nothing left to cut off. I think that's I don't know. I have no idea. And so my thing is, I feel bad for these people more than anything else. Like, I don't even enjoy talking about this shit, honestly. Because again, it's like you're talking about people who have a condition. And the condition truly needs to be addressed, but the solution that they're being told is by the experts. That's why I don't really believe in experts. Hentai Samurai in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? And so my thing is just like, man, I'm really starting to feel worse for these people. But the thing is now that because it's like a person you kind of feel bad for, but then you're like, okay, I feel bad for you. I know you got issues, but you're kind of fucking annoying. And then you're getting groups and batches of these people. And then you have the intellectual class who is pushing this stuff. And just more and more. You know what I'm saying? And it's a crazy fucking thing. And then, like I said, the youth who are caught up in this, I mean, if you're like, I'm going to say the brink is like 30, and it's a lot of early 30. I'm claiming mid 30s, and I got to round up. But if you're like 30, it's a vague area. I think it's real vague in the early 30s because you're in a real weird area. Then the further up you go, it's kind of like, I think the percentage decreases as far as people who are in this shit. But then you just got certain people with a certain mentality who just embrace anything. This is progressive. This is change. Even though it's not for the better of everybody, it's for the better of like 3 people. So this is what we need here in America. Sean in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. That's what's going to take. That's what's going to happen. And their plot, I mean, already we rely so heavily on China for so much. You know, we can argue and fuss about the free speech and all this stuff. Let China say, all right, you know what? If we didn't spend so much money of our money buying Chinese products or Chinese manufactured shit. But again, like I say, it's just, I don't think people really realize the stranglehold that we're going to be placed in real soon. And we're going to be so busy infighting over the dumb shit, over the stupid shit. I got something I want to read real quick, dude. This is so far off the top. We're going to come back to James Younger, but this is a tweet from a guy. And I want to know what the ladies think about this, because I've been seeing this on multiple areas of my timeline. Oh, a bear mauled a Russian circus train in front of a live audience. Ooh wee. Wow, that's funny. Sneakerheads in China are flipping Air Jordans for 6,600% returns. Now, we thought we was winning over here. Shit. I want to go be friends with some Chinese people. But here's the deal. Guy named Preston Mitchell. Empress Yaya, what's the motherfucking deal? And that's what I said. That's what I wondered too. I wondered too if she's telling her patients that, hey, well, your child has this, he probably is a girl. And then people are buying that. People are believing it. But it says, let's be clear. The fact that many men aren't checking in with their sexual part. This is way away from James Younger. Please don't get this confused. But I want to know what the women think about this, right? I'll probably put a poll in here in a second. I just want to know your thoughts. Just your first opinion after reading this. It says, let's be clear. The fact that many men aren't checking in with their sexual partners during intercourse to ensure consent is continuous means they are selfish, likely violated consent, and bad at sex. Just thought you should know. And he continues this. Now, this is a man saying this, right? Says it doesn't have to be long, drawn out process or conversation. And if one occurs, that's fine too, in parentheses. It could be as simple, you good? Am I hurting you? Or anything I can do to make this easier. Check in with your sexual partners. This is the look, man. Look, I don't know if y'all remember a song. Man, when I was in my youth, right? I think when I was in college, it came out, or right around that time. Webby had a song called "Girl, Give Me That Pussy." Them hoes love that shit. There's no form or semblance of consent in that music. Women went wild when that song came on. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Like, I get it. I get the whole consent stuff. You got to be careful. But what I'm saying, when you're putting these things in people, because this is the same culture. The guys like that are the same ones that enable the women who say, well, 5 days later I thought about it and I didn't enjoy it because he didn't call me back, or he didn't take me out again, or he didn't rub my hair and rub my feet and treat me like a queen and a princess. So he probably raped me. Like, so what I'm saying is, like, I want to know what women think about that. If you are already engaged in sexual intercourse, I mean, the deed is happening. Does that? I would personally think that it would seem awkward. Like, it would make it more uncomfortable to reaffirm consent in the middle of sex. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, basically that's what you're saying. So when does it become bad? You know, after stroke 200, you know, with 199 it was cool. 200, oh nope, you've done too much. You got to get out of here. It's crazy stuff. This is the world we're living in, man. Like, we're so concerned, and I'm not telling you to go out there and be rapey. Okay, fellas, I'm not giving you consent to be rapey. Make sure you consent before the action. But this type of mentality is what I'm saying. Everything has become so fucking pussified. Shelley Long, what's the motherfucking deal? I'm all about respecting women, but most reasonable women, if you got to do all that, that's probably a chick you don't need to be fucking with. I think most women understand once the process gets going, it ain't over till we both complete the situation. You feel me? You know, maybe more than once. We may have to push a reset and do it again. But all this, hey, I ask you if you good when it's over. Maybe. I don't know. Got a towel? I don't fucking know. But my thing is just like, it's crazy. Like, this is the mentality, and motherfuckers are co-signing this. But the motherfuckers who co-sign sandals ain't getting no fucking sex. Nobody's fucking them. It's always the ugliest motherfuckers who got the most opinions about some stupid shit because they ain't getting no action. My thing is this though. Yeah, but my thing is, okay, there's a difference. If she says stop, then you stop. But it's just like, if you getting into it, my mentality is, I think we're all on the making sure the pleasure sensors are activated. If you confirm to me, I'm not going to check in every minute and a half. Is it still okay? That seems like it would get fucking stupid. Yeah, I mean, if she say stop, oh, trust me, I'm not taking no pussy. Okay, as much as I enjoy the song, girl, give me that. I'm not taking nothing. If it's not confirmed, then you don't get the worm. I'm not finna play those games. You're not finna come back and say, oh, Honcho, I wish a motherfucker would. Ain't no pussy on earth that good that it needs to be taken. So my thing though is, if we've gotten going, if you're not giving some clear sign that this is, you change your mind, hey, you know what, Paul, what? Okay, cool. That's fine, right? Hey, no, I've changed. That's fine. But as far as me having to sit here, is it okay? Is it still good? Is this still good? How does this feel? I would think that would get annoying. But I mean, that's just my personal opinion. We'll open up the line in a minute and we'll talk about that. But again, like I said, I want to talk about the James Younger thing. I want to talk about that if you want to speak on that. But I think we'll talk like 2 more minutes, or maybe a minute and a half. And but going back to this thing, like I said, so the child mother said that she presents the child as a girl. Says the son goes to school dressed as a girl. He's enrolled in school under a fake girl's name. His teachers and everyone says he's a girl. Younger said, this is the dad. Now with me, when I have possession time, he presents as a boy. Okay, so the mom who has, I guess most of the time she's doing all this nonsense. And again, this is where it's going to confuse 335 in the building. And I hadn't seen that. I need to check that out. Yeah, like it's some hoes in this house. But you know what? You can't ever find that version. I can never find that. I can find there's some girls in this house, but I can never find some hoes. It'll still be the explicit version, but it's always there's some girls in this house. If you see them, point them out. I liked them hoes was the jam. I liked them hoes. I liked them hoes too. We all liked them hoes. But again, Dallas jury initially granted the mom, a pediatrician, sole custody. They've been in this legal battle for years. But instead of upholding Judge Cooks restored the parents' joint custody of the child and the child's twin brother. And I'm telling you, the reason why Cooks did this is because all of this backlash, all of this stuff that has happened has probably brought a bunch of spotlight to her. And I'm sure she wants to remain being a judge. I'm sure election season is coming up for judges also. I don't know, what term she's in or whatever. But, this is a thing, especially becoming what was probably a quiet thing, becoming a national case. I'm sure she wants to be on the right side of that. Yes, the hoes do bring the family together, one way or another. On Wednesday, Governor Abbott tweeted, FYI, the matter of a 7-year-old is being looked into by the Texas Attorney General Office and the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services. So again, this thing escalated, and trust me, the judge did not want to be on the wrong side of the situation. You lose your country. That's what I'm saying. Like, if she, look, man, if you can't understand a female's body while you in it, then you ain't gonna be in it that long anyway. So you ain't gonna have time to reconsent. So, but anyway, like I say, Attorney General Paxton sent a referral letter to the DFPS that they're investigating this under child abuse. And that's what I want to know. Do you guys think that this is child abuse to force a child into this? I think it needs to be like cigarette smoking. It needs to be like military service. It needs to be like alcohol. It needs to be a certain age, an adult age, 18 to 21, where you have to legally make your own decisions, right? Unless you emancipate the motherfucker and then, let everything fall where it may. But like I said, they're going to investigate allegations on the mother, proposed chemical and surgical treatments permanently. That's what I'm saying. This is permanent damage. So what they were saying, though, this kid just wants to be a little boy. He doesn't like what's happening with his mom. Space water. Oh, this is the elixir of life. Yes, this is how you. This is how you talk crazy in the den for a couple hours. The magic space water. But Dallas, I tell y'all all the time, y'all think I be joking. I'm telling y'all, Dallas is a terrible place. I tell y'all, Dallas is a crazy place. But you know what it is. It says no Texas judge, court, or the 255th Family Court, or any of its judges ordered the chemical castration, puberty blockers, hormone, or any transgender reassignment of a child to become female, Judge Cook said. But the lawyers had already said that she had intentions of putting him on puberty blockers, not the rest of the stuff, but not the hormone blockers yet, but they had already talked about that. So, said this month showed that Georgia had requested the court require mutual written consent for both parents before any treatment with hormonal suppression, puberty blockers, transgender reassignment. The judge ruled the court will not be intervening in specific parental decisions over gender identity, because we can't wait till that happens, right? Can't wait till that happens. But this is where it got really interesting, because the father, I guess he had legal fees, right? And he was going to have to pay attorney fees in this whole case. So he started a website. He ended up getting like $139,000 in donations. And then he had a news crew come in and talk about it. So she did all this stuff. And that's what I'm saying. That the judge did realize how much of this news was blowing up. And so that's why she tried to put a gag order on this. Because no parent, they comment on the final ruling again, and so all this other stuff. Said the father finds comfort in public controversy and attention surrounded by use of his unfounded facts is motivated by financial gain, to which he has received the cost of protection and the privacy of his children. See, again, she's trying to make it look bad again on him when it was on her, because she was about to approve that shit. And again, had it not gained national attention, she would have went with what the jury said, and and again, it would have been swept under the rug. So I'm not mad at him for doing that. Then she changed it to where he didn't have to pay the attorney fees. So very interesting. I think the judge was covering her own ass in that situation, and it is what it is. But let's talk about it. You headed to Dallas? He headed to Dallas right now. He was Professor Trill. Gonna come back as Professor Trilla. They gonna get you up in Dallas. Something in the air up in Dallas. Look, lock your truck. Make sure you got one in the chamber. I mean, he's already there. I mean, hopefully that he can, he'll be all right. That's not anything to brag on, Miss Meat. I wouldn't tell anybody that if I were you. Definitely would not tell anybody that. I would deny it. Just say you from ATL, shouty. Give me a second while I get everything booted up. We're gonna get the line going. Make sure. Oh, yeah, I was gonna do something dramatic, but I'm not gonna do anything dramatic. What I am gonna tell y'all though is that if you are following on Den Show Live, social media at Den Show Live on Instagram and Twitter, I'm probably going to stop using those and just do everything under the Ed Honcho HTX stuff. Just consolidate it. Because I was going to do a whole thing about how I'm going to abandon the den and make it seem I can't do the drama stuff. That's enough. But I was just going to do the social media accounts because, like I said, I basically repost the same stuff. So I would be embarrassed if I were you. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But like I say, so if you are following the Den on those, it would probably be better just to follow Ed Honcho HTX because I actually use those more and I post the exact same stuff. So I'm just going to put all the information there on that and it'll be easier to follow me there for those of y'all who need to see it just on Instagram and Twitter. Ed Honcho HTX spelled out just like that. Come on, phone line. Do the right thing. Let's see where we at. Come on. Oh my God. So yeah, like I said, but this is a very interesting case because, like I said, with this pediatrician, you got a lot of doctors who are encouraging this stuff. Again, I think it's financial gain. I don't even know if they all necessarily agree. I think that they know if somebody's willing to do it and they can put some more money in their pocket, they'll encourage these people to go through with these processes, to go through with these behaviors that will create a permanent situation for them. And, they'll be stuck or they'll have to deal with, the overall consequences. All right, cool. My folks need to respond to my fucking email. God damn it. Okay, cool. Everything is copacetic. Let me put the number up. But yeah, man, so I want to know your thoughts. Like I said, we talk about the James Younger thing. We can talk about the wise man in the building. We can talk about the other thing I mentioned about the guy and the consent. So I would like to know, your thoughts and how y'all feel about that. And Slick Whip's in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. What the fuck? What's the motherfucker? Why is this shit reset? See, there's something going on here. Oh, I know it is my fault because I did clean up my browser. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
It's Dan, man.
Dan, the motherfucking man. Dan, talk to me, man. What's on your mind, Dan? How do you feel about this whole off-the-wall ass situation?
Man, I already said what I need to be said, man. Just welcome to the fall, man. This is how it starts, man. This is how it starts, bro.
I agree.
It's depressing because, like, look, you an adult, you make your own decisions, right? I'm still in the Navy for a bit longer, and I'm currently at a command where there's actually, and I'm in California. I told you San Diego, and I see quite a few transgendered service members. I got nothing for respect for them, they still do their thing, but just like the amount of stuff to go through to transition, it's ridiculous. And, especially with the female to male. Like they usually get like their breasts removed, all these hormones, testosterone. I was speaking with one I work with today. and just all the stuff they have to go through, and they probably got higher testosterone than me and stuff. I'm sitting there like, man, I really feel for them, and that's what an adult has to go through. And now you're trying to put a kid on that kind of shit. Where is the and the rational thought and logic in this? That mother is probably fiending for attention, and she's probably trying to spite that father. And this kid probably wore a dress or some jewelry at one point, like some young men have done, and they grew up completely straight.
Yeah.
Kids play around with stuff like that. Yeah. And this whole fluid gender thing, look, kids don't really have a gender until they hit puberty. Then, I mean, in my humble opinion, I'm not an expert at this, but like, they're just kids until they start experiencing hormones and stuff like that. But these parents and these doctors are skipping. They're fast forwarding this stage 5-10 years, because it only happens in their teens when they really start, wondering about sex and things like that. Exactly. They're starting this kid's what, 7? This younger child?
Yeah.
7 years sorry, my bad. 7 goddamn years old, and you talking about hormones and did they say something about like gender, like in terms of like a genital, like transitioning? Did they mention that? I didn't read the whole article.
No, I didn't say anything about that, but they had brief mentions of chemical castration and things of that nature.
Oh God, man. Oh my God, bro. Oh, why are they doing this? But like I said, man, I forgot the name of the article. The article, I was actually reading it earlier today, and I just noticed, I was reading about this story earlier today, and it was a certain, I guess, a historian. I forgot her name, but I could load it up, but that'd take too long. She's actually looking into different civilizations. A perfect example is Rome, and one of the major signs before Rome fell was being weakened by inner parties. This identity politics, the transgender thing was a big thing. Look, you do what the fuck you want. I'm not hating on you. Just don't ask me to pay my taxes to, change your genitalia. My taxes need to go to fixing roads and funding police and government services, things like that, stuff we need. Not for you to feel better about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. Nah, go see a psychologist or something. Now I was talking with someone else in the chat, only one in LA, about psychology and psychiatry and how these psychologists are actually, and I have a psychologist actually for stuff I dealt with in the military, and the military's paying for it. I ain't paying out of pocket. Fuck that noise. But this is actually, I'm just keeping it real. This person's actually helped me deal with a lot of stuff I've gone through. But psychiatrists, I know people who got psychiatrists. They popping pills every 20 minutes, bro. I don't want to live like that. But unless you absolutely need it, like you have some very serious imbalances, that should be the last resort, not the first answer. But yeah, them pharmaceutical companies making a killing off that shit. That's it. And I bet them psychiatrists get a cut. I mean, everybody, rubbing hands like Birdman, all that shit. It's, sound like my daddy once again. And it's just like, man, this shit is aggravating and infuriating, man.
Yeah.
And this ain't the only story we heard about that. You got that Desmond is Amazing kid, got him on TV. He was on the Today Show. Michael Strahan needs to slap himself even letting that shit go down like that, bro.
Wow.
I understand them liberal females, and no offense to you ladies, but some of them females on there like, oh, this is amazing. But Michael Strahan, bro, I'd have called him sick that day. I'm not even your father. I'm calling sick that day. Oh, this is amazing. Come on the show. Oh, yeah, I can't come in that day. I'll see how motherfuckers Friday. I ain't coming in there. I'm not endorsing that shit.
That's crazy. Cat shit.
And with that, Desmond is Amazing. They got this kid hanging around like 40-year-old drag queens. One of them actually was in jail for murdering someone high on drugs. Yeah, Michael Halleck. Look it up. Michael Halleck did like some podcasts with this 12-year-old boy, and they're talking about doing ketamine and shit like that. Dog, kids are supposed to be around that shit, man. And his parents, they've been investigated multiple times by CPS. I mean, maybe they're actually just, trying to support their child, but I don't see how that supports their child having about a bunch of deranged adults, man. Yeah. I'm not saying being transgender is necessarily being deranged, but being drug out and being a murderer is deranged. But you got this kid doing podcasts.
Coulter Anubis donated $1.
What's going on?
I accuse this mother of doing this just to get revenge on the father. They see the father in the son. Simple. She encourages this behavior. The child did not know it was okay. He was instructed that it is.
In the country from Saudi Arabia and Syria and Ethiopia, who don't respect any of the culture there. They rape the woman. Like, look it up. Look up Sweden. Look how much that went to shit. And while Swedish people are too busy transgendering their kids and make sure everyone was PC, you have people coming into the country that these liberals are just funneling into the country, and they're tearing your shit up. You have no respect for your rules, rights, privileges. It's insane. Now, that's for you hoes. No, I'm kidding. Now, that thing about Webby and that, give me that pussy thing, man, look. Look, y'all females like that, so that shit happens. Y'all like a roughneck until, he beat the shit out you. And even then, some of y'all go back to the dude. So, I mean, and it's just funny because, like, Webby, he in one breath, he does a song, give me that pussy, that roughneck shit. Then he does that independent song, he's got her own house, her own car. Whatever. Anything, look, I can't take anything these rappers say seriously, man. I just really can't. I really can't. Most of them disingenuous, They're just saying some just stuff. And it's music in general nowadays. Just selling some that, sell records and stuff like that, man. So, I mean, I think that song was funny. I like the beat, but, I don't really endorse that taking the pussy thing because, that's right, bro. That's right,
Yeah.
But you females was bumping in the club, though. Y'all were working your ass in the club to that shit. These girls been down in the club on that shit.
They put their drink down, run to the dance floor. Hold my drink, girl. Hold on. That's my jam. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. But they get mad and he's calling you a hoe or a broad or a scallywag or, a skank or whatever. But y'all let these dudes call you bitches, hoes, skanks, all this other shit. And then some of you are so audacious to get on TV, twerking your ass to the song, but you want to be respected. Okay, now fell with that. Look, you can't have both ways, man.
Okay.
Or maybe you can, since everyone's a hypocrite nowadays. Maybe you can. Fuck it.
I mean, the twerking is a political protest now. So, I mean,
Excuse me?
They've made twerking a political protest now. So, I mean, I don't even know where we are right now. So I agree with you 100% though on, when these situations start taking the forefront of the conversation, that's when things are trending downward. That's when societies are headed for the downfall. And the more that this becomes a thing, the more rapid it's going to be. And I'm telling y'all, like, again, I am not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump hater. I'm just looking at the world around me. But I'm telling y'all, if y'all see Hillary's trying to slide back in the mix, she's trying to skip the line. Like she's finna skip the line of all the Democrats. Fuck all the debates. She's gonna try to slide back in the mix. Her fucking tired old ass. And they're trying to push this little backdoor secret closed meeting for people. If it does happen, if something happens and Trump gets ousted, everybody's talking about, oh, fuck Trump and all this other stuff now. If he gets ousted, I'm telling you, this shit is going to get so much worse because the same way that they felt, oh, Trump was empowering supremacists and all this other stuff. As soon as he goes out of office or whatever happens, the opposite side is going to feel empowered. All this stuff you see with the kids, all this stuff you see that's going on now, that shit's going to multiply tenfold because it's going to become legalized, encouraged, and this is going to be the behavior that we embrace. So y'all better hope, y'all, whether you are Democratic or if you are a centrist, moderate, whatever you want to call it, you have some sense about yourself. You better hope Trump gets another 4 years because everybody, you see what all these other candidates are saying, and they're saying the craziest fucking shit. Yeah, well, we support this, and here's an LGBT town hall, and all the black trans are dying, they're getting killed when it's only been 20 murders up to this point. Yeah, it's been a lot of suicides, but who can stop you from killing yourself? But any other demographic, 20 murders in a year, nobody's even blinking an eye at that. But I would say it's blown up, and it's so. I'm telling y'all again, I don't know what people's political associations are in here, but I think if you have just a little bit of sense, whether you like Trump or not, or you voted for him or not, if you're against some of these other things that you're starting to see happen, and you don't want this stuff to happen with more frequency, then you better pay attention to what's shaking. I mean, that's it is.
And I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna jump on that point too, Mr. Honcho. I'm gonna tell you something. If somehow Hillary gets in office, them borders will open up. You better have. What if Beto always said, like, I want to make all of these people who have documents immediately legal citizens. Nigga, what? No. I'm taking all your guns. Okay, that's cool. And then it'll be like Chicago, it's like a gun-free state, but yet there's so many murders there. I wonder how that happened. If you take all the guns, but there's all these gun violence, how does that happen?
Ghost guns.
I mean, I thought the criminals. Yeah. Oh, okay. That explains that. So, get ready for hell if that happens. I'm gonna tell you something right now, because these people do anything to stay in power. They will bring in a bunch of people who aren't even citizens, make them citizens, and that'd be the new voter base. And this is something to you Negroes. they all keep backing these crazy liberals. I'm not saying a moderate Democrat or anything like that. I mean these far liberal policies. We're getting phased out. They find a new demographic, Hispanics, because they have already eclipsed us in terms of population. And that's just the ones that are here legally. The ones that are legally, shit, we're done. Okay, so they don't stop giving a fuck about us. It's done. So you better hope somebody that actually voices your opinion. And black people are notorious for being conservative throughout history due to our religious backgrounds and our preferences. I mean, look, as many black gay people are in the United States, black people notoriously have been like really anti-homosexuality. If you really look at it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know growing up, I heard like, there not be no fight, you know, you only want them to go to church. You know, there not be no homo.
That boy over there, he's a punk.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah. I'm not for gay bashing them, but that's just what I heard growing up. Don't be no punk, don't be no little sissy. Taking the church with a polo on them, you know, he throw a football on his chest, he'll take your ass outside. That's the kind of shit I saw, you know. You can take that punk shit somewhere else.
Right.
I don't necessarily believe in that because I think that's highly insensitive. But at the same time, I see what the opposite is.
Yeah.
And now I don't blame people for doing that because I see where it's going now. You're trying to chemically castrate a 7-year-old, and then you got 12-year-olds who just supposed to be just going to school and playing with kids. You got them on national TV and on podcasts with convicted murder and drug-addled fucking drag queens. This shit going left so far it's not even funny. And China and Russia are our two biggest competitors. As much debt as China is bought from us and as strong as Russia's getting, we're going to have a problem next 20 years, next 30 years. You have to be talking about this shit. You're not noticing that. So I'm going to get off because it's been about 12 minutes. I got a counter here.
Nope.
But, yeah, man, look, this shit's going to get real rough, man. So y'all better start saving your money, stop buying them goddamn Jordans, and start voting people who actually look out for your better interests. Because that's the only protection black people are going to have. Because we're only 12% of the population. And that's still dwindling due to the amount of murders in our community, the amount of, like, able-bodied men who are rotting in prison. Our numbers stay the same for decades, and it might just get lower and lower. Meanwhile, white people stay relatively the same, and Hispanics are on the rise. So we need to really start looking out for ourselves, man. This shit's going to get real bad, especially for black people.
I agree.
So just, keep your head on the swivel, man. Honcho, have a good night, Dan. And I turn off the chat because I don't know you want to know what they're saying. I ain't worried about it.
I think you good. Look, you got some supporters this evening. They riding with you on this one, Dan.
Well, I appreciate that, y'all. I'm just trying to find some leeway, man. This shit's getting really depressing, man. But look, y'all have a good night, man. Honcho, do your thing, bro.
Right,
I'm about to, just hit the hay or something, I'll listen to the rest of the show for the most part,
Well, I appreciate you calling in, Dan, man, and I appreciate you sharing your thoughts, man. Like I say, you ain't said nothing I disagree with, so I'm with you on that.
All right, I ride with you, Honcho, man. You have a good night, y'all. Take care.
Too. Thank you.
All right. Yep.
Shout out to Dan, the man. I gotta turn this ringer off. That's what happened when I clean out my browsers and shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the den this evening?
It's Belle, and you gotta clean out what?
Coulter Anubis donated $1. The legend of Dirty Dan, the man who bought his call.
You don't know what I heard on this
Tie
end.
for
That's why I
service,
was
white
what
sir.
You mean to clean out.
No, I said I need to clean out when I clean out my browsers, when I clear out all my cookies and all that shit, so it reset the settings that I had on the phone line, so the ringer is going. So I don't know what you said or heard. I don't know.
It's Belle.
Okay.
Dan jumped the line, but it's okay. He had a really good call in tonight, so you got to give it to him.
Absolutely. What are your thoughts, Ms. Bell? How are you feeling about that? What's kind of going on?
I'm conflicted. Honestly, I truly don't believe that children should be allowed to chemically transgender, at least at a minimum start age of between 16 and 18. I know maybe 15 years ago, and it might even be a little bit longer. What is it? Law and Order SUV had an episode on something like this, but the child had been traumatized, and of course it's for TV drama and not quote-unquote real life, but a lot of times they rip things from headlines that are actually going on in real. And because I don't personally know the case, it's hard to make a discrimination, although on a general factor, And I guess that's where I'm sort of giving my, I don't know, I can't think of it. But the point is that when the brain doesn't even stop growing for young people until between 19 and 24, fully developing and fully cognitive. And I had a friend of mine who is a psychiatrist who writes prescriptions and said children from the age of 12 to the age of 25 are basically legally insane with the amount of hormones and changes that their brains go through during that time period. Never mind all the daily quote-unquote normal shit that they go through. All that's added in on top of it, but all the changes that they go through makes a huge deal of difference. And so that being said, why would you let somebody so young make a lifelong decision that obviously will affect them for the rest of their lives when they have to make it as being... Okay, I'm kind of going back here a second. When it's age of consent, but it's slightly different. Like we were talking about the other day, girls and boys in the Hispanic community have a quinceañera. I think it's something else for the boys, but at the age of 15, it's like they can give consent. It's like when in certain religions, Catholic, Baptist, when you become the age of consent, is that when you're choosing to do things as an adult. Now, legally, you don't have those rights, but you're choosing to do things for your own bodies. That's a hell of a lot older than, 5, 6, 7, 8?
Yeah.
I mean, can you really honestly say that at 8 years old, you're going to know what you want for when you're 35?
Hell no.
Most of us didn't even know what we wanted at 12, never mind 20. And I'm not saying that it's not the right way to go, but what I am saying is that, no, let kids be kids. It almost comes off as cult behavior and brainwashing a child into doing something that may or may not be their own free will. Due to the fact that they might, like Dan said, they might have put their shoots, or somebody in the chat said, hey, they might dress up, or they might put mom's shoes on, or the girl might put dad's boots on. I mean, shit like that happens all the time, and they end up straight. Sometimes they might end up being gay, but still want to remain what their sexuality is. That's not allowing them to have the chance. That's controlling the situation before that child's been able to blossom into who they're going to become. That's stealing their childhood.
I agree.
Without them being able to figure out who they want to be and what they need to be. I mean, whether they're straight or gay really has nothing to do with it. It's the fact that how hard can a 5-year-old or an 8-year-old say, Mom, I want to be the other person. I feel like I'm female when they're male. I mean, how much does that really... I just can't see it. And I'm not saying that there's not isolated cases out there, but the way that this is coming down across the country, it's a lot more than the percentages are ringing through. Like somebody mentioned, there might be Munchausen. Somebody else mentioned that, the mother might have... Has the mother been evaluated?
No. But that's the thing, the mother being a pediatrician, you would think that she would have an idea of the long-term effects of this.
Doctor, yeah, but just because she's a doctor doesn't mean she hasn't had a mental breakdown and not in her right mind. They're still human beings. I mean, all that tells me is, yeah, she passed the medical board. That doesn't make her sane. I mean, we have people who are scientists who are mad scientists. Just because you are intellectual doesn't mean your head's screwed on straight. I think we've all known 1 or 2 people in our lives like that.
So do you think that this has hurt her practice or helped her practice?
I think maybe that she... If I had to take an educated guess on this, pardon the expression, I think that she might have wanted to create a niche couture thing not so much for popularity and not so much for, she probably did genuinely want these kids to feel safe, but there's so little research on this, and being a pediatrician is in a far different field than being a child clinical psychologist, which she's not, and it's its own specialty. It's another 2 to 4 years of studying. And a child doctor is on the physical, not on the psychological.
Mm-hmm.
They're completely different paths. So I'm not saying that the woman's stupid, but what I'm saying is the woman has got to have her own head checked to make sure that she's doing the right thing for this particular child. Now, the other thing, and this may not be too far off from a lot of things, is she using the child in a custody war with the husband? I don't know if they're divorced. I don't know if they're divorced or they're together.
They're divorced.
And how many bitter parents have used one child against the ex-parent? How many parents have used their children as weapons against the other one?
I mean, it happens all the time, but I mean, it's. But why one instead of both of them? I mean, they're twin sons, so why just one? Why select just one? And apparently, it's been happening since he was the age of 3, because they have he has a video that he recorded on his iPhone that his mom would tell him, again, like I said, that monsters eat little boys, and she would encourage him he said that she wouldn't hug him, she wouldn't show him affection unless he identified as a girl or he said he was a girl. So basically, not that she beat him or abused him, but she neglected love in a sense. So I won't say she didn't feed him or anything like that, but she neglected love from him if he didn't identify the way that she wanted him to.
All right, would you explain this to me? Was the other twin male or female?
Both males.
That is brainwashing at the top of the fucking ladder. As being one half of a set of female twins, there is no frickin' way on earth that my mother would have ever done that to my sister or I. I mean, academically, my sister was aces, and I worked really hard for my grades. But she was just as positive with me as she was my sister. I excelled in other areas, but she didn't de-emphasize my sister. My mom always was positive with both of us. She let us be who we were as human beings. So for this woman who is supposed to be educated, I'm having a really hard time with the fact that she shouldn't have her own head checked. And that social services, protective services should not be involved in this particular case.
Yeah, so the governor...
That is psychological abuse.
Yeah, the governor said that they're going to get the DPS and the social services. They're going to have a couple of child protective services and things investigate the situation now that this, case has come to national attention.
I have absolutely seen some bad shit happen with Department of Social Services. However, this is a particular case that will have all eyes on it, so it won't be a bad thing. I know kids who have gotten pulled from their regular homes to have been abused more in foster homes and then put back in their own family's homes. So, yeah. But that's a whole other story. We can do a topic on that at another time. But for the mother to do that to one of 2 children because she wants possibly a boy or a girl, or because she thinks that this child wants to be a girl, that's fucking stupid.
I agree.
And, all right, so what was the other thing? Because I can go wicked off on this, and I do not want to get 38 hot tonight.
The other thing was the little tweet I read was about the guy in consent during intercourse.
Okay.
Actually during intercourse. So after consent has been given, but the follow-up consent during intercourse.
Okay, I need to kind of vary off that for a second. Somebody in the chat line said that North Carolina says that the law in North Carolina is that you can't revoke consent once it's been given. I was like, I need to find out when that law was written, because anyway, the point is that I find it stupid to do it all the way along. However, if you've got a partner, either one that says no, that shit stops right then and there. Because usually there's a damn good reason that somebody's stopping. And if you're not taking that person's no as a safe word, then you're going over the line and you're abusing that other person. Whether it's straight or gay or whatever you want to call it, if another person says no, that is an automatic safe word. Now, if you want to say, oh, is this nice? You know, do you want me to flip you? You know, do you want this? You know, being encouraging is one thing. Asking for consent constantly, no. However, if the partner, whichever one, says no, that should be at the end of the story. You know? I have a real hard time, because it was also said in the chat that somebody said when you say no, it means just change position. It's like, no. I don't play with that particular word. When somebody says stop, that's it.
Okay.
There shouldn't be any playing with that. And that's the thing that gets people in trouble, is that when you play with something like that, you take it far, most people take it far more than it ever should have gone. And that's where crap gets screwed up big time. I don't know. It's honestly been so long I hadn't even thought about it. But yeah, I guess consent along the way would be nice, but it's not necessary. You know? There was something else said too, and I can't even think. But I'm going to let you go, because I'm sure I'm probably close to 10 minutes tonight. I just find this to be an extremely sad situation where the child actually suffers even more because the parents don't have their heads screwed on straight, and they're professionals, or at least from what you've said, she's a she's a pediatrician. We don't know what the dad does, but these are quote unquote supposed to be normal people. Then you really kind of ask yourself, what the fuck is normal now?
Yeah, I agree.
You know, when this kid probably should have had one of the most protected households, because it looks like both the kids' parents care about him. I don't know. On that note, I'm out. I'll let somebody else talk, but I just find it completely sad.
I agree. Like I said, you know, it's a very confusing situation, and I think that they need to go a little bit deeper into it than just joint custody. I think there's some underlying issues that need to be addressed in this whole situation. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it all pans out. I don't think it's over with yet.
Well, there's been many of divorces where, you know, usually sometimes one parent, or they would split the twins, like sets of twins would get split up and go into different homes. And that's not actually as unheard of as people might think. It's sad, but it actually is more normal than possible. But for this woman to possibly want this young person to be a female when he was born male, that just needs a head check. All right, I'm good. I don't want to get any more pissed off than I already am about it.
All right, well, I appreciate you calling in, Ms. Bell, and sharing your thoughts with us.
Okay. Have a good night, and talk to you later.
All right, the bell is rung. Class is in session. Appreciate the call. Good evening. Already. I gotta kill that fucking ringer. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Hey man, it's Solis.
Solis, what's on your mind, man? How are you feeling this evening, Solis?
Oh, I had a few things. There was one thing I wanted to comment on what one of the callers have said and talk about the topic.
Okay.
To be honest, man, I mean, I was just watching the news today because I live in Dallas, so
I'm sorry to hear that.
On the TV. And I thought that shit was kind of crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the fact that that's being popularized on TV is kind of crazy, man. I never thought that would happen in Texas too, so that's the awful thing. But There's just a lot of crazy shit happening now. I mean, kind of coincides with the topic yesterday. I mean, I don't believe that you should put hormones into a kid that doesn't know what the fuck they want to be yet.
Yeah, I agree. Especially at the age, like I said, especially, because when it's saying that it started at 3 years old, and the thing about the neglecting love, to me, that's the worst thing, because a child wants nothing, at that age. They don't understand being materialist. They don't understand, the nuances of life. All they want is the attention and the appreciation of their parents, the love that a parent has to offer them, and to try to coax him into being something that he's not. But when he's with his dad, he's a completely different. I forgot who that actress was who had a kid, and that she was saying the kid was transgender, but then when he was with the dad, he was like a normal little boy. He was just doing regular little boy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, or however you want to look at it. But when he was with the mom, she had him dressing in girl. Like, what do you think is because it seems to be women who push this. I might be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But for what I see, most of the stories I see, it seems to be women pushing little boys in this direction. Or that one at the LGBT, she pushed her daughter. She says he's a tomboy or whatever it is. But it seems to be women pushing the kids in this direction. Do you think it's because these are moms that may have not had the gender of child that they actually wanted?
Oh, most definitely, man. I mean, as a dude, I mean, I'm sure if you had a kid or if you have a kid, you at first glance, you wouldn't want them to be a boy, so they could share the same experiences as you in a sense. And, you could teach them certain things, but at the same token, I mean, it's a kid, bro. It's a gift from God. I look at it. So you gotta play with what you got. I mean, you can't choose. That's one of the things you can never choose is what you're gonna have as a parent. So, I mean, but just the fact that you want them to be something. I mean, there's always adoption. There's always other ways. If you want a girl, there's like ways to get a girl. You know what I mean? Go adopt a kid that's a girl. Little, shit like that. It's just, I think people just want attention though. At the same time, they want to.
Yeah, I think that too. It's a popular thing now. So hey, my kid's trans. It used to be my kid's an A student, my kid's going to Harvard, my kid's on the honor roll, my kid's a star athlete. My kid's in a band, or my kid's on YouTube. Used to be the thing. Now it's my kid's transgender. That's the newest thing to get attention from someone, and it is what it is.
But I also think it comes with some benefits, like in the military. If you go as transgender, they'll pay for your sex or whatever, your sex change and shit like that. So there's benefits, I guess, to doing it, as some people say. So I just don't really see the whole point.
Yes, I mean, I don't know, because I guess not having that feeling or not having that understanding, we're gonna start spicing these dens up. We're gonna be some real spicy meatballs. I'm gonna start finding some people who are going through these things, and that way maybe we can get a different perspective of some of this stuff. Because to me, maybe to most of us in here, not having those feelings, not having, like, what is it that someone would feel to make me say, well, I feel like I'm in them. Like, I can't even. I don't even know where you would start to try to.
You might have to go on some LGBTQ websites or some shit.
Yeah, I can't bring them to the den. The den folk are ruthless. Man, that'll get the whole channel shut down. They'll be like, this person is hate crime and he's harassing.
You could always do like an anonymous guest, and just like, hey, this is the topic we're doing. I'm sure people have some sort of respect. They just won't be able to see the chat if you're talking to them. Something like that,
Yeah. I gotta figure something out. But they're gonna come back and watch that shit. That's gonna be it. But nah, I mean, because I just don't know. Like, again, like I would. Because I try to understand, like, most of the time when we talk about things, even if I don't agree with it, if I don't support it, I try to figure out and I try to understand, maybe comprehend, and so maybe I can see, they say, the shoe on the other foot or walk a mile in another man's shoes, whatever the saying is. But it's just certain things like I can't fathom. I can't imagine. I know the mind is strong. You can convince people of a lot of things. But to feel like you aren't in the right body or the right sex or something like that, that's something I can't picture it. I don't even know how do you know what that feeling is, and how do you know it's not something else? I don't know.
Well, that's the thing they don't want to tell you too, is that the transgender community has a high suicide rate on both sides, and so it's a problem, I think, of mental health. But in America, man, the mental health ain't being treated like it should be. They just had you a bunch of drugs and say, here, good luck. That's all it is, man. I mean, it's all about making money in the pharmaceutical areas and the doctor areas. Fucking drug dealers. Say no better than a dude on the corner of the street somewhere selling you a different type of drug.
Yeah, I agree. Whatever makes you feel good makes you feel better in a different type of way. So I definitely agree with that.
And people think why we have such a high opium epidemic. Well, shit, where we getting the opioids at? Doctors. What do you mean? This shit ain't getting served out of the street. That's heroin. Opiums are pills. That's shit you get from a doctor office. I mean, it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It starts somewhere, and like those opioid addictions start because the majority of them is because somebody gets in a wreck or have a little accident, and they could be rehabilitated. They probably don't need that, but the thing is, we want to make this money. Let's give them these opioids. Right.
I got an older friend, right, and he actually was in an accident for work, and that's what they give him, right? But he sells the shit. Mm-hmm. And so he doesn't need all the shit they give him, because they give him like morphine, which is opioid, other pills and shit, like hydrocodone and shit like that. But he doesn't need all of it. He actually sells half of this shit to make some money.
Oh yeah.
So that's where it's coming from. I mean, people want to find out where this shit's coming from. Shit, it's from the patients you give it to.
No, I've seen some things with those opioids back in the day, and the stuff that's going on with that. Trust me, y'all, I don't want to say y'all, I'm sure some of y'all do know, but it's for if you just kind of on the outside looking in, there are some things that people, I mean, it's dope. It's heroin, just like I said. It's just like any other drug. People are wilding out for it, but the way that people are taking these pills, the recommendation is supposed to be, a pill every couple of hours here, a little couple hours. People are taking 5, 7, 9 pills at a time, every couple of hours, every like people are getting, man, if y'all, I'm just telling y'all some of the stories that I've seen, it's ridiculous. Like, the shit just would blow my mind. Like, I would just be like, how in the fucking world is this a thing? So.
But another topic I want to get on to was there was some dude talking about how the black community was shrinking or staying the same number, and other people like Hispanics or whatever are getting higher. I was out for a job interview one time, and I was reading the application of what the race was, because I'm mixed, so I put other, but I like to read all the other options and shit, just to get a kick out of it. But I read is like it had a white, and then in parentheses it said North African, Middle Eastern, and some other things are all considered white. And it was kind of funny to me. Because I'm not no scientist or whatever, or geologist, but I know Africa, like North Africans, that's in Africa. So just by that, you're African. I don't give a fuck what the color of your skin is. You ain't like dark like an African. You're still African because you're from Africa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing, like you're a minority in a sense to America. And even Middle Eastern shit. How are Middle Easterns being classified as white people if they have a whole different type of look to them? They're not Caucasian people. Those are Middle Eastern people. So it's just a little bit different, and I think that's why you see the numbers stay the same in some areas, because you have a high influx of people like that they just like reading what they read, so they don't really know the difference. Especially if you're an immigrant coming to America, you don't know the difference of this shit, what it means, what it's gonna show to you, like show the people on statistics. So I mean, that's one of the reasons I see.
It's a very funny thing, because when you mentioned that African thing, I was watching this documentary, and I forgot where it is. I want to say it's either somewhere near the Hamptons, or it's another place. It's a place where it used to be a lot of wealthy black families, and it was funny because we talk about gentrification, we talk about these, but it was a bunch of wealthy black families that end up. I want to say it's a beach. I can't think of the name. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows it, but the older crowd started kind of moving out. They were leaving it to the younger crowd, and then the younger, this fucking bird. And so what happened is they were trying to keep it black, but they were talking about, there was a lot of white families starting to move into the area. Like I said, it's an upper class place. It was, like I said, it used to be yes, there you go, Sweetberry, and Martha's Vineyard. That's right. I don't know why I said the beach. And so people were moving in. So I'm watching this documentary, and there was a guy, he was a white African guy, and he had an Asian wife, or she might have been Hispanic or something like that. But it was funny because I don't know, like they were new to the neighborhood and they would have these little kind of meet and greets and things just to kind of know your neighbors and all that other stuff that was going on. And she brings up this point. They seem very uncomfortable. But she's like, yeah, you guys are black and, and he's an African. You guys are African American. So you guys all have something in common. And I thought it was like the weirdest thing. It just seemed really awkward. Because I believe she was Asian.
But I mean, it's the same thing as the Hispanic thing, right? Because a lot of Hispanic people, like, that are brown, they have Native American descent, but they're still classified as Hispanic. So if you actually get that shit tested, you have, I think, like 20 or 25% Native American, you classify as a Native American. And it's really interesting because it's kind of like the same thing. Not kind of the same thing, but there's similarities. Because there's two different cultures, right? But y'all both have similar features, similar things of what y'all do. And so it's just weird how shit like that gets portrayed by other people that aren't known to, like, because no African American is gonna say, oh yeah, I'm African. That's a totally different culture.
Oh, you'll be surprised.
I mean, well, shit. I mean, from what I've heard, because my girlfriend's black, so she be telling me whole bunch of stuff, so she's kind of educated on shit. So.
It's some. You gotta understand. There's just crazy people out there that believe a little bit of everything. There's somebody. If you say it, somebody will sign up for it. That's just kind of the world we're living in these days.
The follower mentality.
I agree. All right. What the hell did I just do? Okay. Okay. Well, anything else that's on your mind? How do you feel about the consent situation?
Man, I've never had a girl say stop in the middle of sex, so I don't know, man.
I agree. I think anybody who's had that situation, she's probably not enjoying herself. So that might be a whole different conversation to be having. So
yeah. So I can't really speak on that because I never had experience on that. So.
Okay. And for those who asked what I was typing about, we have a poll, and make sure you vote properly. We're going to vote on whether DeMarque should get his wrench back because he has been slandering all kinds of cereal, and I don't appreciate it. So, exclamation point vote space 0 for no, exclamation vote as one word space 1 for yes for him to get his wrench back. Okay. If that's all that's on your mind, Mr. Solis, I appreciate your call, man.
All right, man.
MRSM EAT37 donated $5. Brew, your new phone line is S. Who the hell wants to be on hold an hour? Rise up, let's go Hawks, Boomer Sooner, middle finger to the haters.
Damn, Miss Meat. The Hawks are terrible. Sooners are terrible. Every team that you support, Miss Meat, is terrible. Like the Braves, we ain't seen you since the Braves fell off the map, and now you come in here talking that trash. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
What's good, Honcho? This prepaid.
Prepaid. What's on your mind, man? How you been, man? How you feeling about what's going on up in southern Oklahoma, or some people call the city of Dallas?
Yeah, that's southern Oklahoma for sure. They've been working me like a redheaded stepchild at work, so I've been kind of MIA for a little bit.
Okay.
But I want to start off by saying to all you weirdos and weirdo parents, keep your weird ass fucking kids away from mine. This is just fucking weirdo shit, man. Like, and I want to act like I'm surprised, but I'm not. And I want to give a shout out to Dan the Man. Dan, you were killing shit tonight, bro. But you forgot one thing about the black community and why our numbers are just sitting at 12, 13%, why it isn't growing. Yeah. These weirdos keep encouraging y'all to have abortions, and that's why we're not growing. And like Dan told y'all, we're getting replaced by the illegals. So while y'all keep saying, oh my God, there's kids in cages, let them all in America, let them all in, give them free health care. Who the fuck you think they're replacing us with? Y'all out here fighting for motherfuckers who literally come here and take y'all place. But I can't tell y'all nothing, because, niggas know everything. Here's the thing with this little weird-ass kid and this weird-ass mama. And Miss Bell made a great point. Just because you're a doctor does not mean you're sane. Because there's something really wrong with this bitch. What a lot of y'all don't understand is that not only is she fighting him to turn their son into their daughter, but she's fighting so that the father is held financially responsible for this shit. See, this is the thing. he probably, when he met her, he probably knew the bitch was a weirdo. But when you fall in love, and ain't nothing you can do about that. But now that we're going our separate ways, I have to pay for you being a fucking weirdo and ruining our kid's life? Like, that's the most fucked up part about this whole situation. And the craziest part to me is that when we talk about child support and we talk about custody and stuff in the den, y'all all get mad, ladies, and say shit like, oh, it's because men don't want to take care of their kids. What about when you do have men who want to take care of their kids and we still losing in court with shit like this?
Exactly.
This is wild, bruh. When my kids, and for y'all who don't know, I got twins, boy and a girl. When my kids were 7, they weren't telling me that they were transgender and wanted to be a boy and now they want to be a girl. A 7-year-old couldn't tell you what they want to wear that day. If you told them to go get dressed, they're gonna change clothes at least 10 times. A 7-year-old. So you mean to tell me your 7-year-old son told you he wanted to be a girl? That's bullshit. When my kids were 7, they thought they was Dr. McStuffins and fucking Paw Patrol. That's bullshit. So you mean to tell me your 7-year-old son decided he wanted to be a girl? Okay, perfect. That sounds good. Did you tell your 7-year-old kid that Santa was fake? Did you tell him the Tooth Fairy wasn't real? Did you tell him that he can't grow up and be Black Panther one day? Because I guarantee if you told him that shit, he's gonna cry his fucking heart out. He's gonna forget all about that makeup and high heel shit bullshit. I promise you. Dude, tell a 7-year-old that the Easter Bunny ain't real and see how that shit turns out. You'd have thought you just shot this nigga in his fucking heart with a sawed-off shotgun. Seriously, bro. This is ridiculous, man. And you know, and Dan hit it on the head, bro. Like, for a lot of y'all who think that politics ain't playing a part, man, these fucking weirdo liberals is telling y'all this shit's normal. It started in Hollywood. I can't think of it. You mentioned it. I can't think of the chick name, the one who turned her daughter into a little boy, right?
Donated $1. The fuck?
Well, so
Dallas is not in
who did that
Oklahoma.
shit, but she
The
adopted a
Sooners
little
were
girl,
undefeated.
and then the little girl became a little boy and was pumping with hormones.
Where you say what?
Come on, man.
Because Miss Meat that donated talking some shit about Dallas, so I couldn't hear the last part you said. What did you say about the chick adopted a little girl?
Who was the? I forgot the celebrity, but she
Charlize
adopted
Theron?
a little girl, and then and then turned him to a little boy. And what did everybody do? Oh my God, this is so heartwarming. She's doing it for the kids. Let me explain something to y'all about inclusion. People will sacrifice their own kids for personal gain. People will sacrifice their own kids to gain in a divorce. It happens every day. Now, majority of normal motherfuckers ain't gonna sacrifice their kid and pump hormones and hormone blockers and shit inside of them. But this shit happens every day, man, and it's the most pathetic shit I've ever seen. And when a lot of y'all who aren't parents, when y'all become parents, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. These are children, man. These are children. I'm in my mid-30s and I'm not gonna take no hormone blockers. I'm scared of that shit. I don't even know what the fuck this does to a 7-year-old.
Fuck them up.
I barely take aspirin. Think about that. I got my wisdom teeth pulled. I wouldn't even take the pills they gave me. The shit had me too doped up.
On
So
Honcho
imagine
cereal.
what you putting hormone blockers into a 7-year-old gonna do. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy.
And somebody said, so Marie said she got the house, the car, the kids, and the twins, and he's still gonna have to pay for this shit. They still trying to get him to pay for it.
And he still got to pay for it. And for any of y'all who don't have kids and y'all been around little kids, I want all y'all to remember this. If you don't keep nothing that I tell y'all, after Halloween, I want y'all to go around some 7-year-olds who got some Halloween candy. They turn to motherfucking zombies if they eat that shit. This is who you make life decisions.
MRSM EAT37 donated $1. I don't give a damn about what you can hear. Dallas is not Oklahoma. BIHHHH. Change your janky ass phone line.
For dinner, they want ice cream and donuts.
Yeah.
Come on, man. This is ridiculous, man. This is sad. And you know the crazy part about it is, Honcho, I mean, you keep up with the news. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with it, but it's like this huge movement of people who become transgender, and now they're trying to go back to I don't know what it's called, because y'all know I don't know about all the gay movements and all that. But the people who went through the hormones and all that shit, now they're trying to get back to like if you were once a dude and you became a girl, they realize they don't want to be a girl no more. Now they're trying to get back to being a guy.
Okay. Now
they're trying to get reverse surgeries and all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you never will, and that's the thing is you'll never be normal. You'll never bounce back the same. You're gonna always be stuck with that. It's permanent. Like I don't care if it's just the hormone things because there's that, especially when they're that young, because you're fucking up natural processes. So if those processes don't get a chance to execute while you're young, and you say you go through this for 10 years or however long you pass through puberty, you'll never go back. You'll never be normal. You're gonna be what's the word? Fucking. Your shit ain't gonna work. You're gonna be either infertile or you're gonna be
impotent.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and so it is, man. And like I say, it's. I mean, as much as they try, because there was a guy who had a big thing about it, and he talked about how all his doctors told him transition, and then he went back, did the research as a tranny, and he realized that he had a bunch of mental problems, and so that's the word he's trying to spread. He tried to transition back, and he's talking about he still ain't normal and everything, but he said it's a mental issue, but they're prescribing all this other stuff. They're letting people make these terrible decisions, and then they have to live with these permanent problems.
Man, it really, man, Honcho, man, it really is heartbreaking, man, because at the end of the day, nobody loses besides the little boy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody loses besides the little boy. The mama's she's gonna go thrive. Her being a pediatrician, she's gonna make national headlines.
Yeah.
People who believe in this whole freedom and this hippie bullshit, and if your kids want to be a cow, it can be a cow. They're gonna bring their kids to this pediatrician. Trust me, this is how it works, and she knows that. She knows it. This is why I get so angry when you see people like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union propping up the youngest boy and putting him out there at the gay parade and doing all that shit.
Now he calling him a girl and all that shit.
Yeah, now he wants to be identified as a girl. See, and when you have money and you have influence, ain't nobody finna come beat him up. He gonna be like Magic Johnson's son, the biggest, gayest nigga in the room, and everybody gonna tell him nothing. Walking around wearing Nicki Minaj clothing and shit like that. He can do stuff like that. Because money and influence pays for that protection. Yeah. But if you a nigga in the hood and you talking about you a dude and then on Wednesday you decide you're gonna be a girl, somebody gonna fuck you up. See, that's the people who I feel sorry for. The people who don't have that protection, don't have the influence. Those are the people you got to feel sorry for. Because even though I don't agree with transgenders and all that gay shit, I don't want nobody's life to be in danger. I don't think that people should be getting beat up and put in the hospital. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like they deserve no shit like that. But if we stop glorifying in the media and so let these fucking Hollywood weirdos and these liberals tell y'all this shit's normal, we wouldn't have this problem. Listen, a person who was born a man and decides to be a woman, that's their right. It is not normal. Stop normalizing it. If you are a girl and decide that, after 20 years of being with men, you're gonna decide to go be a man, that's fine. That's your right. You're an adult. It's not normal. Stop normalizing this shit. That's the problem. Stop it. Because if y'all keep normalizing this shit, these weirdo stories gonna keep popping up. And if this shit keep popping up, don't bring your little weirdo ass kids around my kids. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Keep these little punks. I don't know what you. Listen. Keep your weird ass kids away from my kids. That's all I'm gonna tell you, bro. Period. Yeah. And before I get off on this consent thing, let me tell y'all something, fellas. Pussy is so abundant and free and available. Just play the long game, fellas. Get consent before she even come over. Get consent before you go over there. Don't get over there trying to negotiate no pussy. That's how you go to jail. No. Get it in writing. That way when you come over there, you know what it is. You got the text message in your phone. If you get over there and she tell you to stop, or, you know what I'm saying, I ain't never had it happen to me, but if she tell you to stop immediately, put on your clothes and leave. Yeah. Get your cell phone and text old girl who texts you back and see what you can go over to her house. Don't stay over there. You going to jail.
You better get up and get out. But how do you feel about it? Because it was a gentleman and he's texting. This is what he said. I don't know if you heard the text I read earlier, but he was talking about that you as a man in the middle of sex should be checking in to confirm it. More or less, that's basically what he said. Let me see if I can pull it up. But basically he's saying that if you are having sex with a woman and you don't check in with her and reaffirm consent. Well, here it is. Matter of fact, here it is right here. Let's be clear. The fact that many men aren't checking in with their sexual partners during intercourse to ensure that consent is continuous means they're selfish, likely violated consent, and bad at sex. Just thought you should know.
No, fuck him, and he's one of them corny pick me ass niggas. Sex is a mutual thing. Let me say this, be very clear. Pussy holds no value over dick. It's mutual. In order to have sex, a penis goes into a vagina. You Your vagina isn't this ultimate filet mignon, and the penis is the side of asparagus. It doesn't work that way. Sex is mutual. Sex is mutual. So in order to have sex, both y'all have to agree. If I'm having sex, I'm not flicky asking you, do I still have your consent?
Correct.
No. See, what happens is y'all keep telling us that pussy is the premium. It holds all the weight. Then why y'all so motherfucking broke? And why y'all baby daddy's fat and out of shape and ain't got no money? I don't believe in that. Listen, bro. Fellas, stop listening to that bullshit. If you got to check in every 5 seconds to find out if you can still have some of that pussy, get out of there. Because if I took you out to eat and you eating the food, she ain't going to stop every 5 seconds because you still keep eating that lobster tail.
Stop
She going to keep eating that
Dallas is
motherfucking lobster tail.
Oklahoma.
She ain't going to stop in the middle of a margarita she can drink all up and say, can I continue to have this margarita? She going to keep drinking the motherfucker. Get rid of her,
They
bro.
just want us to talk
Cancel
about
her.
it.
Get rid of
I'm
her.
done and
Give
out
you somebody
since
who
I
give you
can't
all that
call.
pussy whenever you want and you ain't
Middle
got to ask no
finger
questions.
again, lol.
Stop wasting your time.
I agree, because you play a dangerous game.
How you, Honcho? If you got a woman over here, it's agreed upon. How you gonna stop in the middle and be asking, do you still have consent?
I'm not.
You know what? Truth be told, let me tell y'all something. Before I got married, I wasn't even trying to have sex that goddamn long. So if consent ended after after 4 minutes, I'm trying to get out of it anyway. 4 minutes and 35 seconds. Shit, fuck it. I'm trying to be done quick anyway. I don't give a damn. I'm just being real. Shit, y'all. That's what y'all get for making love. Stop making love to these hoes, man. Give it a ground and pound, poke and stroke, and get on out of there, baby. 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Let them text a friend, say, and tell her it was good or whatever the case may be. I don't give a damn. Y'all be good. Good night.
Already prepaid. Oh, shit. What's the motherfucking deal? Who got called in to the den this evening?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, Miss Rashida? I think you got a little echo in the background.
I know shit. Honcho, give me a minute. I'm trying to cut it off.
I've been trying to get a Simon sandwich for me. I ain't letting up. Straight pressure.
Yeah, what's up?
All right. So how are you this evening, Miss Rashida?
Ooh, I'm hanging in there.
Okay. I want to say one thing. Hold on one second, Miss Rusty. See, Miss Meek, you talked all that trash, and you was just interrupting and violating. I got some, Miss Meek. I got your text message, so I will definitely address that as soon as the opportunity arises. So don't go run and hide, because we have some things to discuss before it's all said and done. Angela. Okay, but what's on your mind, Miss Rashida?
Oh, I don't know nothing about this story because I just really tuned back in. You know, I was in here early. You make sure you get my early bird pistachio. I had to do some things.
You see, you got your early bird pistachio. I need to take them back since you came in and dipped out. You know, there should be some longevity for the early bird pistachios. But I got you. You got your pistachios.
Hey, Miss Sweetberry. Hey, K. Grace. Hey, Miss Meek. How y'all doing?
No, Miss Meek don't.
Hey,
don't give it. Miss Meek don't get no love. She been talking pure trash. It ain't my fault that Dallas is in Oklahoma. You know, I didn't do that.
Both of y'all talking shit to each other.
I don't start nothing. I just finish it like D Hop said.
Both of y'all going back and forth,
No, I mean, look. Just need to own it.
Anyway, the Bears gonna win the whole thing.
The Bears? Who the Bears just lost to? Who the Bears just lost to? Somebody trash. Trubisky trash.
Don't do that.
What them Bulls doing? What them Cubs
they
doing?
Sleep. Don't worry about that. They hibernate. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm just curious. Okay. Okay. So what's on your mind? So you say you don't really know the story about the little boy. Well, let's talk about something you may be more familiar with. I got the text message. I didn't tell you. I told you the text was working on. So what are your feelings on consent? Should a man have to follow up with consent every few minutes when engaging in intercourse?
No.
Okay.
If you a grown woman, you laying down with a man, you know how to tell him you done had enough of his thing. Why do he got to keep asking you? You're not a child. If you tell him you done, you slap. If he don't hear you, you slap him.
Mm.
And
And
sometimes
slap.
the men, they be so, yeah, sometimes you got to get their attention because they be so involved, you know what I'm saying? They don't be paying attention. So you got to get their attention, slap them, whatever, whatever you got to do.
That's tough. That sounds like violence. I don't condone violence.
Well, it is what it is.
Okay. Okay. So to give you kind of a brief update of the case that we're discussing, what happened is in Dallas, um, a mother of twins. Now here's the thing. Too. Here's the catch. Now again, if y'all didn't catch it, she's not really even the biological mother. She had an egg donor. She carried the eggs or whatever. They had twins, but they really weren't even her eggs. But it was his sperm. They were married. They're getting divorced. But starting around the age of 3, she had these twin boys. She started trying to tell one of them that he was a girl. She would, neglect him love and affection if he didn't admit to or say that he was a girl, do all this stuff. Now around his dad, he's fine and dandy. He's a little boy. Dad treats him like a boy. He's happy being that. But she's trying to change his name to Luna. She's trying to put him on puberty blockers, all of these things. So what happens is this became a.
Why the dad don't get custody? Because that's child.
But listen, but this is what happens. So they go to court. They had joint custody, and then she was fighting for sole custody. And then supervised visits for him. So what she was trying to get for him was that he wouldn't be allowed to have the child unless everybody who was around the child on that father's side addressed him as a girl, that he had to address him as a girl, again, having supervised visits, trying to get, I guess, supported for this process. And again, like I said, he loses joint because he basically has sole custody and control over what happens. So a lot of this stuff starts getting a lot of backlash. A lot of Texas government officials, Greg Abbott gets involved, Senator Ted Cruz gets involved, some other senators who aren't from Texas, and they say they're going to get the CPS and some other agencies involved to figure out what's going on with this. Now the judge or the jury initially, 11 out of the 12 jurors said that they sided with the mom. They gave her sole custody, even knowing that she's trying to transition this boy into this. Now, the father had a video from when he was around 3 or 4 years old saying that the little boy told him, basically, my mom does this to me. This is what she says. This is what she makes me do, blase, blase, blah. So you could tell he wasn't really with that. He didn't really want to engage in that behavior. But again, so they basically awarded custody and all this other stuff. And personally, I felt like the judge was going along with it. But then all of a sudden, he does an interview. He puts up a thing basically, help me, because he was going to have to pay attorney fees and all this stuff. So he puts up a website. People donate about $140,000 and all this stuff. He does an interview to get more attention because, this is your only opportunity. You're about to lose control of your child. And she's going to be able to basically do willy-nilly with whatever she wants to do to him. And so I don't blame him for going, public with the information. So then all of a sudden the judge, now she reaffirms, now today the story changes. Instead of going with what the jury wanted, she stuck with the joint custody, but then she put a gag order on it. But I think personally the judge is just afraid of some of the political repercussions. I don't think she really gives a damn because of the higher ups that got involved. And then she made a big deal trying to say, the father was trying to capitalize on the situation by making it a money thing. Well, no, if he's got to pay attorney fees and he's got to do all this other stuff, and then the wife has already gotten everything else in the divorce, I can't blame the man for trying to do something to help fight his cause. But what are your thoughts? That's the and she's the mom is a pediatrician, so she works with kids on the regular. So that's kind of the gist of it. So what are your thoughts on that?
First of all, if she was my child pediatrician, we would be finding another one because there's something wrong with her in the head. You trying to tell a child what gender they want to be. That should come from them, not you. And just because a child like to do, like girls might like to be a tomboy. Like growing up, I was a tomboy. That didn't mean I wanted to be a boy. I was just a tomboy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that my mother didn't say, "Oh, you must want to be a boy." That's you see, Rashad or something. No, hell no. It's just that I had a lot of brothers, and, that's what we, activities that I like to do, more so boy activities and girl activities. And actually, I'm still kind of like that today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not all feminine and all that other kind of shit and like dresses and all that, and I'm not a lesbian either. For those that thinking they a lesbian, no. You just
not even what they call them, not even a lipstick lesbian.
no, but some of my family they used to think, oh, I think you gay. No, I ain't gay, goddamn it. I'm grown as hell. If I was gay, I would say I was gay. I don't understand how people try to tell you what you are. People are ridiculous. And as far as that story goes, I feel sorry for that father, and I feel sorry for his child, and I feel like that mother needs to be locked up. Because like I said, what you're doing is child abuse.
Okay, and that's
child, if you got her being a pediatrician, she should know that at that age, you can put something into their mind. If you keep telling him he's a girl, he gonna start thinking like that.
And that's the thing, and that's why they're looking into it, because they're talking about this being a possible case of child abuse with everything that's going on, and more so on her side. But with her doing this, and there's a lot of people who support these kind of things, and with her having a relatively well-known practice out there in the Dallas area, do you think that's going to hurt her practice, or do you think it's going to help her practice?
You know what? The transgender thing is so popular that I really can't call it. You know what I'm saying? Because it just seemed like it's this overwhelming desire to have a transgender child. Like there's something unique and different. They're making these kids more like science projects than actual kids. Like I just feel, I don't know. I just feel bad for it. It's like just exploiting the child for attention for themselves more so than for the child.
I think so too. I think a lot of this is because attention is the new currency, and just a lot of these things that these parents are doing. Like I was saying earlier, it's just it used to be I got an honor student, or I got a kid in college, I got a kid who's doing good stuff now. Like I say, well, I got a kid that's transgender in there, and now I'm a topic of conversation. Now I'm the new hot convo or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? So.
I just can't believe that this many people that was born in the wrong body. I just can't believe it. I refuse to believe it.
You're being bigoted. You're being a bigot right now.
Yeah, just call me Miss Bigot then, goddammit. It is what it is. Shit, I don't care.
That's tough. And it's funny that you say that. On a side note, the Falcons, Matt Schaub will be starting this next game. So that's all Texans fans know all about that. So good luck with that, Angela and Matt Schaub. So, do you know him personally? You from Oklahoma? Dallas is in Oklahoma. Angela, so you tell me. Matt Schaub is starting this weekend. Because what's his name is hurt. I forgot what injury he had. I think it's ankle. Matt Schaub was the backup when we played. Yes, Matt Schaub is alive. Matt Schaub and Andre were kicking it in Houston, having a conversation. And TJ. You didn't see that picture? Okay, sorry. I went far right on that. So, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't understand. And I don't want to sound prejudiced or nothing. But you know what? No, I ain't gonna go there. No.
What you gonna say there? Rashida, this is the den. Speak your mind. What is on your mind? What were you gonna say there?
I think I'll keep that to myself for right now. You know what I'm saying? I got white friends who might be listening in. So I ain't gonna go there.
We're all friends in the den.
But it seems like a lot of y'all be really doing it to y'all kids more so than anybody else, and I don't understand it.
You think so?
Because if you look at a lot of blacks don't try to transition their kids. They come out transgender when they done left the house, 18, 19. You don't see too many transgender unless they got a white parent or something, a white adopted parent or something.
So they gotta wait till they grow up. You will not transgender under my roof, damn it. Okay.
Right, because a lot of us be like, no stuff.
Okay. I mean, I guess. I mean, yeah, because you do got them athletes up in Connecticut. Them two little niggas in Connecticut. Them little niggas, look, them niggas gonna get out of school and go right back to being some dudes. Them niggas throw some weave on for the track meet and some nails. They go outrun all the white girls they racing against, and they feel proud of themselves. Like that.
Before I leave and wrap it up, I want to talk a little bit about the Camille McKinley case.
Okay.
The young 3-year-old girl that was kidnapped and they found her body in the dumpster. From what they say, now see, they saying too many different things. First, they saying the mother dropped off with with her cousin for a birthday party. The party was been at the cousin's house, but the lady that held the party saying she didn't even know the little girl. But the little girl was dropped off with her brother. Her brother, 11 years old. He's supposed to be, I guess, watching her. But people at the party were saying that she was unsupervised a lot of the time. She didn't even have no shoes on. She was walking around and everything. And they said that they fed her and stuff. And a neighbor took her into the house because, when nobody watching her, but she was back outside. And then, before she got kidnapped, her and another little girl was playing by close to the street by the car, you know what I'm saying? And the man was there with the candy, and he, was giving them candy. He lured them to the car with candy or something. And, one little boy that was there, he said he saw the little girl get in the car, and he the one gave the description of the car and everything. So. But they were saying that she was raped and burned though. So those are other details that they and his girlfriend, she had 6 kids and she was on probation or something because she had a gun and went to get her kids back from the people that like when they put your kids somewhere, and she went to the house, got her kids, with a gun. So.
She should have been that adamant about having her kids in the right situation in the first place. But yeah, that was my debate tonight, was to either talk about this here situation or that. So we probably end up talking about more about the cupcake situation more, because I got some thoughts on that whole situation. And again, I think the parents need to be locked up with them. Again, look, I don't care how much niggas love the hood and niggas want to praise the hood. I was all good in the hood, I came out with it. Ain't no baby need to be left running around the projects. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. Project.
Yeah, running around the projects. I don't care if it's a birthday party or not or whatever. Y'all try to sell me whatever y'all want to. Because it's molesters, it's violators, it's all them motherfuckers in the same neighborhoods. Running around about there, because I seen the little video. It was her and I thought, I couldn't tell if it was another little boy or girl or whatever, but I seen the little video with the nigga giving her candy and all that shit. And them kids was too small to be out anywhere unsupervised. And y'all know them type of parties. Niggas are probably in the house getting drunk, having a good old time. See, they don't listen to the good shit no more. Y'all don't listen to Isley and Johnny Taylor and all that shit no more. See, they on some new shit. They was probably in there listening to Drake and some bullshit, getting drunk and fucked up. Probably got high, forgot about them. And there's no excuse for 3-year-old children to be out there on super. Anybody with a iota of responsibility and sense in their head would not let those children be out there like that. And so, again,
what do you feel is the responsibility of the person that was having the party, because they knew that the kids was unsupervised, especially that particular group?
My thing is, at a party, and I think as a parent, you gotta think about stuff. If you dropping a kid off at a party just to use it as a daycare or a getaway time, especially a person if she already got them kind of issues with her kids, they already took away. You said she has 6. I'm putting that on her, because she need to be her kids need to be in her eye at all time. When you having a party, and say I'm a parent, hey, y'all come over, whatever, we having a party. Especially with a lot of little children, I don't want to say middle-aged children, that's crazy, but all little slightly older children, preteens or whatever, you said it's 11-year-old, that's a lot of bodies to keep track of. You know what I'm saying? And that's something as a parent you need to think about prior to, okay, where's this party at? Who, the individual having the party, So I'm pretty sure they may be good people. They may be party people. If you hanging out with them and you're that caliber, you might be just like them. And you know they part. So I think there's a level of responsibility on the parent to supervise the situation. Again, so
Exactly.
they say,
Especially with that many kids, I definitely wouldn't have left my kids there. I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's these new parents. It's how they do things. I don't know.
yeah.
Because the mother was too young, so I don't know.
Yeah, so like I said, it's I got like I said, we're gonna definitely dive into it tomorrow. We might have a slight extended day 'cause there's a lot of stuff I want to talk about on that. That's again what I say when it comes to these situations where children lose their lives because of neglectful parents. Like you said, she got what 5, 6 more, and again, it's to me that's
No, that was the lady. That was the lady that was
having a
charged
part.
in the murder of the girl.
Oh, the lady.
In the murder of the girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The girlfriend of the killer.
Yeah. Oh, she got. But yeah. Oh, yeah. But I got some thoughts about her too. I definitely got some. I got some thoughts about her too.
She's trash. They both trash.
And it's Heidi's fault that the Astros lost. So there's that. But yeah, that's what I say. It's a lot of trash, man. And
yeah, they trash ass people. So,
yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like we got to start calling that shit out. Like it's easy to call out the other side, other people. They do this. Man, we got a lot on the inside, poisoning our own that are just as foul. And you got to call that shit out. Like I say, because as long as you let them motherfuckers intermingle and associate with your type or within your group, then they become a part of that, and they just as foul. So, I mean,
the bottom line is why so damn kids.
Yeah.
Period. Like why? I mean, it's hard to. It's like you victim blaming when you like say something about the parents, but at the same time, you got to be more responsible with your kids. Like, come on now, this lady already got 50 kids out there. You just don't.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's the crazy thing, because me and the old lady, we was talking about it because she be having a little one just, certain little things just a little bit baby fights. Oh, that's my baby. She ain't no damn baby. She damn near finna be 10 years old. She got to have a certain level of independence. But I understand the world we live in, but you have to prepare and train. And if you get in the car with somebody who can't, we're going to have some other issues. But, it's just things like the thing you have to do is prepare. But a 3-year-old is not prepared to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's a certain point, yes, when kids get a certain age, you got to give them certain levels of freedom so they can build up that confidence, that understanding, and within themselves. But then there's an age where it's just too soon, and that's way too fucking soon, man. I agree. They start locking these motherfuckers up, and again, we got to stop being so fucking eager to defend this fucking trash. Just because they got the same color skin as you or whatever it is, if it's trash, it's fucking trash. Fuck them. Trash is trash. I don't care what the skin tone. I don't care what the socioeconomic status is or any of that shit. Trash is trash. Like, the money don't make you not trash. It's some foul ass motherfucking people out there. And it's time to start fucking cleaning house, man. Like, so this because this shit will continue to fucking happen. So it is what it is, man. That's what I say. I don't fuck around too much. I'm extremely picky about who I fuck with and spend my time with. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with the den folk, man. But anything else that's on your mind?
No, and as far as these men go, y'all got to choose better too. You got to choose
Yeah,
better.
I agree. But these niggas, you can't help it.
Do better.
Niggas out there trying to get their wee wet. I agree. But niggas is dumb. Niggas don't give a fuck. And this is the problem. This is a problem I think as a culture. It's too much in the moment shit. We don't think long term about anything. It feel good in the moment. Partying feel good in the moment. Spending rent money in the strip club feel good in the moment. All this other shit feel good in the moment. There's no longevity. What happens when you have to deal with these issues? You don't pull out. Oh, it feel good in the moment. I shot the club up. It felt good. But then when that kid come out the club, you know what I'm saying? Now you looking crazy. You know where to be found, or she was trash just because she had a big old ass, or whatever the fuck it is. Look, you gotta find some balance.
If when a man know his baby mama ain't shit and he got something going for his family, he don't try to do something.
Yeah,
just talking about what she
but man, but it's a, but it's a, but it's a
better.
lot of that though. It's still we were just like we was talking about with this situation here is the courts.
You can't blame her.
It's a lot of situations too, and I'm not saying every situation is the same.
If they own their shit and doing right, and they can show
Man,
shit,
no, they
get their
not.
kids.
They gonna tell them, okay, well, you doing good. You doing good for
A lot
yourself. You
of
got some money.
them,
Pay for these kids. That's what they gonna tell them. They gonna say they need to be with the mama. Go since you doing good and you on your shit good. Pay more money, and that's how they gonna answer it. That's how they not gonna say, oh well, the kid will be better with this father. Man, I'm telling you. I, I know some niggas personally who have tried the situation and ended up on the wrong end of it. I'm talking about good dads got their kids every other weekend, bought their kids everything, still got through on child support, trying to get custody of kids. Hey, just pay more money. I mean, this is the courts. Just like with this woman right here, you see that we just talking about. She trying to do all this stuff. It's evidence and proof that the kid don't want to do that shit, and they still trying to give her sole custody. And you endangering the child's life, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, it's people who, I mean, with this I don't know, this system you want to call it, this world, this court system, however you want to do it, it's weighted towards them. I mean, you got to go above and beyond to be a father that wins. I mean, like I said, like I was saying earlier, you could come in, a female could come in there, lighten up the fucking crack pipe. You know what I'm saying? And put it out in the motherfucking courthouse, and they still gonna give her ass because you gotta really just do some shit for a father to get it the custody, and that's the crazy shit. I think if fathers want to get custody of the kids nowadays, they got to start going transgender. They got to go to court and say they transgender, and they gonna start getting all the custody.
But I think some of these parents are just doing it for attention, because they got support groups for transgender parents and everything now. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you got one too? It's like they not even becoming kids no more. They becoming, like I said, science experiments and just some weird, I don't know what to call them.
I mean, it's guinea pigs almost.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's like it's exciting to them. Oh, I got a transgender child.
Yeah, I mean, it's something to talk about. I'm special now.
Yeah. Because they not special in their life. It's just some miserable ass people out there just using their kids for exploitation reasons. I don't think they're doing it for the child. I think they're doing it for themselves.
How many weeks is it till Black Friday?
That's all I got.
That's the only question I got is how many weeks is it? When is Black Friday? Right after Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So
sure is.
It's like about, we've got about a month till Black Friday. Okay.
Something like that.
All right, because I'm thinking about that new Call of Duty. I want to get that bitch, but why I said to wait till Black Friday when it's on sale. Cause I ain't really tripping. I ain't tripping on the multiplayer like that. I just want to play the story because I like games with good stories. So I'll wait a month. I ain't gonna be gonna be busy anyway. I bet that. See, Miss Me, you just want to disagree with everything the niggas say. You always got to come with something. We gonna fight. I'm on my look. I'm gonna meet you just outside Atlanta. I ain't going into Atlanta. I don't want to get the germs, but we gonna fight. I'm gonna pull up in Georgia.
Wow, man. Did Miss Me call in already?
She waiting to call. We gonna have a chat. Me and Miss Me. We got some things to discuss. Okay, I definitely will.
All right, Miss Me. You're gonna miss me.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your call, Miss Rashida. Your pistachios have been properly deposited.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have. I don't know. I gotta double check. All right, Miss Rashida. I appreciate your call, though.
All right. Take care.
All right. You have a good evening.
You too.
Bye. Yeah. All right. So this is how we finna do. First, let me fix this.
K Grace donated $3. The den is the shit. It completes my life. I love my den folk.
Shout out to Miss K Grace. I appreciate the love. Oh no, that was definitely. I give that an A- compared to some of these jokes that you have. You have put out. I don't know what it is. I'm dealing with kids to get the free labor ain't worth it. Let me. I'm looking for this particular individual. Let me see. She say she called. I don't see no calls from this person. Let me look in the. Look in the dilly dally. Because we need to have a discussion. You know, 'cause I'm trying to tell y'all about people from a particular area of the country. I'm gonna start doing prank calls like the Jerky Boys. Hello? Let's see, I might as well go ahead and take this down because we finna go far left field. I can sense it in the already. No,
Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Y'all motherfuckers done lost y'all mind. Ain't no Dallas, no Oklahoma. Lay off that bullshit.
Dallas been in Oklahoma.
Lay off that bullshit.
What are you talking about?
Okay, fuck Baylor, fuck Texas Tech, fuck Texas Longhorns, fuck Dallas Cowboys, fuck Houston Texans, Houston Rockets, and whatever else got to do with Texas. Got it? Okay. We don't agree with that shit talking about some goddamn Dallas is Oklahoma.
I mean, that's
y'all
the best
better
thing.
lay off that bullshit.
That's the best
y'all
thing.
Better lay off
that's
that
the best thing y'all got
bullshit.
shaking out in Oklahoma.
Like for real.
Y'all got like 3
for
Indians,
real.
a casino, and Dallas. That's the best thing y'all got happening in Oklahoma.
We have a whole lot of casinos. Mm-hmm. And yes, I'm Indian, and I get the benefits. I do get the benefits, even in Georgia. But no,
you have a scam of the system.
To do with Dallas. Go on with that bullshit.
You scamming the system.
Because Dallas will say something different about y'all.
I don't give a shit. We're in Texas, Dallas. We don't give a fuck about Dallas. So here's my thing though. Here's before
Texas.
No, it's not
Dallas
Texas.
Ain't, y'all delusional.
Dallas is not
That's
Texas.
What's wrong with y'all?
Dallas is not Texas. Because when they tell y'all, when anybody talk about Texas style or Texas type stuff, they're talking about what's shaking in Houston. The only thing Dallas has is the Cowboys. That's the only thing people from Dallas. That's the only thing people nationwide when they talk about Dallas is the Cowboys. Anything else that they refer that is Texan or Texan-ish is Houston.
Talk about?
Everything that you talk about from Texas is Houston.
I'm gonna tell you, no, Houston got some bad shit going on. Y'all be having some terrible shit going on.
What are you talking about? Dallas is in the. Dallas just had the kid. Dallas just had the couple of shootings. Like, what are you talking about? Everything bad happens in Dallas.
Y'all be having some terrible shit going on.
Like what? Name the last bad thing that happened in Houston. What's the last terrible thing that's happened in Houston?
Oh my God! Name the last bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about here? Are we talking about like Malia? Are we talking about like what are we talking about here? Are we still talking about sports or all the bad things?
Okay, so you have one thing.
Y'all fucking up trannies, like y'all killing trannies.
Who killed? That's in Dallas. What are you talking about? It's like 3 trannies died in Dallas. They got like what? Fucking 10% of the.
I don't know nothing about Dallas.
Okay,
I don't know shit about Dallas.
It's in Oklahoma, so you don't know shit about them. It's like three trannies died in Dallas. No, stop. Because now you're trying to put the Dallas bullshit on. 3 trannies died in Dallas. Both them genes just happened in Dallas. This transgender kid case just happened in Dallas.
But all the kids coming up missing is in Houston. All the shit coming up missing is in Houston.
Oh, stop the nonsense. Okay, one time.
So we ain't gonna talk about that. I just wish bad. Okay, on all your sports teams. How about that? Since we talked about some mad dogs. Listen, I ain't got no choice in this shit. I don't have no choice in this shit. I'm a fan.
That's unfortunate.
I will be at the game Sunday.
That's
I'm
extra
a season
unfortunate.
ticket holder.
That's very
I'm
bad.
a season ticket holder.
Bad investments.
And I will be there. So I have nothing to do what's going on in the front office. All I can do is be a fan. I'm not on the field.
Okay, so you need to.
I don't have no helmet.
You need to call Charles Schwab.
I don't have no pads.
Because
all I could do is be a fan.
They just stopped charging fees on internet trades because that season ticket holder shit for the Atlanta Falcons is a bad investment.
That has nothing to do with me.
So
what that has to do
call
with
Charles
me?
Schwab.
I have no control. I have no control over that. I have no control
but you have control
over what the fuck my team doing.
You have a control. You have control over buying the tickets.
Hold on.
You're not even in Oklahoma no more.
The Sooners don't suck. You said they suck. We have not lost a game. You got it. We have not lost a game.
You know where your quarterback from? Do you know where that quarterback? Do you know where that quarterback is from though? That quarterback of the Sooners that you praise so much. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Do you know where he's from?
He plays
do you know where he's
for
from?
the Sooners.
But the Sooners didn't
Now,
make him
if
good.
he don't play for the Sooners, if he doesn't play for the Sooners, then that's a different story. Right now, he plays for the Sooners.
Hating on Houston. Hating on Houston, but love that quarterback, right? Hating on Houston, but love that quarterback, right? Okay. Well, that's what made him. That's what got him to that position. Where he's from is what got him to that position.
Okay, well, he's here now. He's here now.
Just like half the rest of y'all team. The only reason Oklahoma is halfway decent is because they get all their people from Texas.
Got my jersey coming in the mail. So
they don't even have players from Oklahoma on the Oklahoma team.
Who cares?
That's
the first problem for you.
No, that ain't a personal problem for me.
Care.
Yes, they should be called Texas too.
I want a W. I don't care if you're from Guatemala. I don't give a fuck. I just want the W.
Somebody say y'all got trash casinos. Somebody say y'all casinos trash.
Well, I don't know. I live in Atlanta.
Oh, so you double dipping. See what
I
they
go
say.
through the casinos when I stop through 4 or 5 times.
You're double dipping,
and I win every time.
You're tripping because you're double dipping.
I win every time I go.
You got that fake Indian plug. You
connected
with Chief.
You're not listening, Ed.
Chief Chop It Up.
Ed, listen. Since someone said that, let me address it. I don't live there, but when I go 5 or 6 times a year, I always come home with money when I stop at the casinos. Now, whoever got a problem with them, sorry. Now, I always win. I put $5 in the machine last time and came home with $2,500. So I'm good. Hey, sorry you spend your whole check on the casinos and don't win nothing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Call them trash if you want. I can't call them trash because I win every time I stop in. Now,
so what you're telling me is that you put $5 in the machine, then hit the person over the head next to you and stole their money, and so you came home with $2,500.
I won $2,500. That bell was ringing. I was like, "What, shawty? Yeah, shawty. Yeah." I came home with $2,500 and didn't spend no more. We got in our little car and rolled back down the highway to Georgia. So every time I go, I win. So I won $1,800 last time. I think I won like $700. I win every time I go. So I don't know what they're talking about. That's not me.
So when you got back to Georgia, so as soon as you got back to Atlanta, you was tipping the little gay fairies dancing in the middle of the street.
No. I put it in savings. But or else I would have been fucked up right now. But listen,
you ain't saving and spending on them damn Atlanta Falcons tickets. I know that. That's
yes, I did.
You need to save that.
I'm still a season ticket holder.
You need to save that money. Don't waste your money on them tickets no more. I'm not a financial professional, so just take this advice with a grain of salt. Don't buy any more of them tickets.
I'm not a bandwagoner. I am a Falcons fan. Okay. Now, but I want to address it. I want to say. Ed, let me do this, Ed. I want to say thank you. Thank you for saying that you hope my business becomes successful. You asked me what I was doing. I started at-home business. So what I did was, since a lot of women been driving Uber and Lyft, for extra money and things like that, which is kind of dangerous because shit been going on. So what I did was, I'm starting an at-home customer call service for companies like Comcast, TurboTax, and things like that, where you can work as many hours as you want and whatever time you want to work. So you don't have to go out as a woman in this dangerous situation and drive for Uber and Lyft. Because we all know, we can't overpower men. We can't overpower things like that. So that's what I started here at home. So as soon as I get it really up and running, I will send out the link, and anybody who needs extra money, I'm talking about 24 hours. So no matter what time you want to work, as long as you work 15 hours a week, you can make extra money. You can work 15 hours or you can work 100 hours. It depends on how much money you want to make. So I want to thank you for saying you hope that succeeds for me.
Yeah,
so hopefully it does.
Look, it's
going pretty good.
Look, Miss Meek. Now you you 72% tomfoolery, but I do wish well for your endeavors. Like I said, okay, I always want to see people shine. I want to see people have success. I want to see people think outside the box. I want to see people make progress and have good in their lives. We talk a lot of trash. You have terrible sports teams. Your sports are garbage. I mean, just
Well, I
dumpster
can't
juice,
help
but,
it. Guess what? Sometimes I wish I wasn't a sports fan, but goddamn it, blame it on my father. He didn't have no boys. He had all girls. So some of us had to be sports fans. Which is what I mean.
Okay.
But it is what it is. Now, let me. You asked me. I said something about they're not real. You said who's not real. So all I want to know is, does anybody know these people personally? The people I'm talking about, the ones with the pediatrician mom and the dad, and they trying to change the son. I just don't believe that shit is real. They just want us to talk about this shit, to bring out the LGBT. So that's just my opinion. I just don't believe that shit is real. So I'm not going to give it any of my energy because I just don't believe it. Like,
so who wants us? But who wants us
does
to?
shit like that?
Who wants
like,
us to talk
who wants
about
their
it?
kid? I mean, y'all could. Y'all talk about it. I'm just saying, I don't believe it, that shit is real. Now, if anybody knows these people personally, and they're not psyops, if anybody knows these people personally, then let me know. I just don't believe that there's people out in this world that feel like that because you want a girl so bad you're going to change one of your sons. I don't believe that shit. I'm sorry. I don't. I'm not trying to change anybody else's mind. I'm not trying to do that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to change anybody else's mind. I just don't believe that shit real unless somebody tells me I know these people personally, I'm in their family, and this is what the fuck is happening. No, I don't believe it. It's just something to put out there so we can make a big talk about it, just like you're talking about it. Not to say you're wrong, Ed. I'm not saying that at all because I don't change people's minds. I just don't believe shit like that could be real. Come on. That's crazy. That's crazy. It is ridiculous. And now on the part of the asking every minute and a half, are you okay? Okay, so a woman, okay, we know whether we're going to give you some off the rip or not, okay? So now, when we're giving you some, and you ask every minute and a half, are you okay, are you okay, that shit is creepy. Like, we don't think, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, why you keep asking me that? Now, on the part of, I think that was Miss Bell, when somebody say stop or no, then you fucking stop. As a man. Because I just don't see, correct me if I'm wrong, Ed, what man gonna say stop to a woman?
Well, a man who has a problem utilizing the strengths within his wrists may be opposed to some of that type of action. I don't know, man. It depends. Like, is this preconceived?
What man is gonna say no? Shawty, stop. Stop. Get off.
It's some rough.
Stop riding. What man gonna say that?
I don't know, man. I've seen some. There's some questionable characters out there, man. Look, hey, anything can happen.
Okay, well then, when you say questionable, we know what that means. So if they tell a woman to stop, because I don't know a real man out there gonna tell a woman to stop sucking his dick, stop riding, stop doing whatever. What man? Okay, so you gonna tell a woman to stop, Ed?
If it's bad.
Huh?
If it's bad, like if she riding and there's a look see this is the problem women have. Like, look, all pussy ain't great pussy. Some pussy just a lot of pussy is just pussy.
Well, see, I don't know. I ain't a man.
But this is what y'all got to understand. I'm finna give y'all some free game because this is what niggas will tell you anything when he's trying to get some pussy. When he's in the pussy, this is the best pussy ever. This is the greatest pussy ever. It could be hot dog in the hallway action. Then they're gonna tell you whatever you got to say till he get that nut. And I think some women, they, instead of taking it with a grain of salt, they let it pump their head up. Oh, this is the best pussy. Yeah, I guess if you say so. But my thing is this, right? My thing is this. There's a lot of women who they just have vaginas, okay? They're not the extra activities. Not every woman can ride properly. There's been situations where there was a potential for my penis to become injured with the behavior that was going on. So I was like, hold on, this ain't gonna work. I told y'all the story about the pit bull, the carrot shredder, if you will. So if you ever came across some head like that ever again, I'm going to politely decline. So I mean, there are situations in where you're gonna be like, hey, pump the brakes.
Okay, I didn't hear that story. What you mean by pit bull? You biting the shit?
We'll talk about it one day. It was just an uncomfortable situation.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not a dude. But when you say pit bull, was she biting like her teeth?
It was like, have you ever seen a dog when he gets his favorite toy? What do? They bite down on it. They be shaking the shit out that motherfucker. Just blah, 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 blah. And there was some shit like that going on, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening right now? This can't be real."
Shaking that shit like,
stop. I thought my shit was going to be destroyed. So, fortunately, I survived. But yeah, so situations like that can be dangerous. So all I'm saying is there are reasons when you are possibly in danger. Permanent damage or something like that could be a possibility, or a trip to the, what was that show, Sex Sent Me to the ER or something like that. When those type of situations arise, then you have to say something. You know what I'm saying? So
so with you saying that means we don't need no minute and a half rule of every time asking you, are you okay? Because you know when you're not okay off the rip. I said,
but we living in a new day and age,
like I said with
though.
women, like if I agree to something, Ed, like if I agree to having sex, and this motherfucker hung like a horse, literally, like this motherfucker missed the egg, and that shit hurt, I'm be like off the rip, whoa, stop, no, I can't do it, okay? Okay, so you're gonna know off the rip, like, you don't be into it 2 or 3 minutes and ask, is you okay? Like, if I wasn't okay, you would know off the rip, I'm not okay.
But okay, but that's what I'm saying. But now, but you have situations where there are what you would consider a normal sexual experience, right? But you have people. Come on, we all know everybody ain't mentally stable. Motherfuckers might have a flashback or something in the middle of sex, or might have just and flip out and spaz out on you. I mean, you just don't, who knows? I mean, because I always go back to the Aziz Ansari situation where everything was good. She basically tried to hit him with a Me Too because they had a bad day. He did everything she asked. She said no, she wanted to stop. He stopped. He got her Uber home and all this. She tried because she was mad because he wasn't petting her hair and do all that. So she tried to say it was a Me Too situation. He did everything else gentleman-like. So what I'm saying is these days, you have some extremely soft-minded people. Again, it comes from that daycare pamper generation where these parents want to be friends with their kids instead of raising them to be quality adults. So they think that everybody needs to acquiesce to their feelings, to their emotions, to all that other stuff. And you have a lot of that, millions, if you will, of people growing up like that. And so, they don't have common decency about themselves in the sense of, okay, hey, this is a bit of a back and forth. And they say things, they do things that are abnormal from the way that we've grown up. And with that being said, so it's like people feel like you got to check in now. Again, everything's about everybody's feelings, and not common sense. Hey, if you agree that we're having sex, and as long as I'm not beating you up and I ain't donkey punching you and doing some other shit you ain't signed the sex contract for, I think everything should be good. But like you said, if there's an abuse and there's an early on, there's a no.
Contract.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Now I'm telling you, if I'm ever single again, if I'm ever single again, y'all think I'm joking. Yeah, y'all think I'm playing. I will have a batch of sex contracts. I swear to God, like I'm not gonna play no. Y'all not gonna hit me with shit. I'm finna have sex contracts. Don't be like this bitch. I'm gonna record the motherfucker signing them hoes. Let me get a picture of your ID.
I can't even be mad at you. I can't even be mad at you for that because you're a man. But now, as far as a woman, as far as me, like if I go single again, hopefully I don't. But if it happens, like. First of all, I get like grossed out, like for certain people like looking and touching me. So like I'd rather do it myself than to go out there like that. I mean, I don't even want to think about that because what is going on now and how everybody is. Listen, and then what's so funny is y'all can say what y'all want about Atlanta, but. I'm from the Midwest, and I'm from Oklahoma, so of course I got a lot of people in Texas, and I got a lot of people in Oklahoma.
No, you ain't got no people out there. They ain't claiming
the most down low people I have heard was in both of those states. You know why? Because those are the good old boy states, and they don't want to come out and say what they are, so they hide that shit. So the most down low people, at least in Atlanta, your ass know. But there, up in the Midwest, around those areas, them niggas is down low. You women better watch out. If you're in Texas, Oklahoma, Chicago, and all that, because them niggas is scared to come out and say that they're gay, so they're doing it both ways, and they're hiding that shit. The most down low niggas is up that way. At least where I am, you know, because they're going to tell your ass.
So
which one is worse?
So basically, you okay with the tank? You okay with the tank situation?
No, I'm not. I have a husband of 18 years. So no, I'm not okay with anything but my husband.
No, I'm just saying if you had to go back out into the world, so you're okay with what niggas like Tank say? Did you hear what Tank said?
No, I will be okay with pleasing myself.
Okay. Well, here's the thing.
Before I do that.
But here's the thing. See, like, I don't have to worry about that issue because I look at I think all women have fucking dyked before. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all did a little demo dyking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done sampled.
I have never been with a woman, Ed. I have never wanted to be with one. I have never, okay, you can believe. Listen, I can only tell you about me. And one thing about me, I'm going to be honest.
I believe
I have never
but I don't believe you.
Wanted to be with a girl because I love dick too much. Like, I don't think you can make me climax like a damn dick would.
So you're gonna hit you with the strap.
I have never wanted to be with a woman.
So you're gonna hit you with the strap. The rabbit and the strap, she got you.
But the strap, at least, is something I can stick inside myself.
Well, why not get some help?
Inside myself instead of dick. A woman don't have that. Like, I don't want to feel no titties on my titties. No, I don't. Like, that's just not me. I'm not saying anything is wrong with it because I have a lot of gay people, men and women. I'm not saying anything is wrong with it. I'm saying me, that's not going to satisfy me. Because I know what's going to make me climax. Like, that's not going to satisfy me. I don't want to feel something that's the same as me. I love men. I love their bodies. I love their strong bodies. I love men. So I can't. Like, I don't want a woman. I have not even dreamed about or
there's
even
tried. There's some strong women out there. I don't want them. There's some strong women out there. I mean, China was pretty strong.
Well, I sure don't want them. I sure don't want them. Like young May, whatever her name is. Lord, I'll be scared. No, I want a man. I want a real man. Like, I don't. There are some women out there who don't dream about having sex with other women, whether men believe it or not. Because that's in y'all little dirty ass minds. Y'all want all women to be like that, but all women.
No, I don't care. I don't care about that. What do I benefit from women dyking? Like, I understand, like, people get into that or whatever. But, like, how do I benefit? Like, if I have a threesome, I don't want no dyking action. I want all the fucking attention. I'm selfish. Like, y'all don't even touch each other. Don't even look at each other. You be on this side. You be on there. We gonna do some kind of Oreo action going on here. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck is the dyking that's helping me? I don't want to do no lesbian shit. That shit don't turn me up.
I love a man. I love a man that smells good. That's a man. A man. I want a man. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with women wanting women. It's just not me. They won't be able to do what I need them to do for me. Like, I want to feel your beard, your hair, your chest. Like, I don't want to feel some old titties. I don't want to. I don't want no big ass, because a man with a big ass is gross. That's some nasty shit to me, but that's just me. I don't want any of that. Like, I don't want that.
That's tough.
No, it's not tough.
So what's more?
That's the way it's supposed to be. How's that tough?
What's more important? I don't know if I've asked you before. What's more important, the carrot or the onions?
The carrot. What the fuck is the carrot?
The carrot or the onions? What is more important?
Well, Ed, I haven't heard nothing like that in that time. So please elaborate.
The carrot
is the dick,
or the onions?
It was the coochie.
Oh, terrible! You got if the coochie is related to any kind of. You had the first part right. The carrot is the penis. The onions are the balls.
Okay. So the carrot is the most important. Now, like coochie. My husband, I've been with him a long time.
Somebody got onion coochie.
And you know, his balls are clean. as long as your balls smell good, that's a second. But the carrot is the most important. But we know y'all like ball action, so long as it's clean, and it smells good, and it's clean, then you get some onion action too. I mean, it is what it is.
Dang.
'Cause we know y'all like that. I'm saying if you with somebody, like I'm not saying go out there and get the next door neighbor that you met yesterday and be talking about finna suck your balls. No, but I'm just saying both of them are important, but the carrot is more important to me. Now, it's important for me to please my husband, so if he, if it goes either way. Now, one thing I don't do, what I let know off the rip, is I don't do no backdoor action. That's not what that's for. I don't do it. Hey, and I still have my husband, 18 years. I don't do that. Anything else, I'm game. Except that backdoor shit. I'm not doing that.
How did that even go? We were just talking about the carrot and the onions. And then it just got real
I'm just telling
explicit.
you.
I was trying
I
to use
just had that.
euphemisms and be proper, and it just got real explicit.
Okay, well, you asked about the carrot and onion. You act like you talk about the birds and the fucking bees. I didn't know about no carrots and onions.
Okay.
Come on now, you act like you talking to some 13-year-old that you trying to explain the birds and bees. I don't know about that. So yeah, I mean, number one is the carrot, since you say. Number two is the onion, if you like it. As long as it's clean and they smell like, you just got the shower and it should smell like Lever 2000. We can work with it.
Okay. So I got
Other
one.
than that, y'all balls are musty, so
I got
you
one.
can't be coming in for work. You can't be coming in for work talk about some onion action. No.
Put the onions on your forehead.
No.
Now I got one last question.
No, you can't put them on the forehead either if you just came in from work and they stink. No, you can't.
Forehead is easy to clean.
Your balls have to be clean.
So
your onions have to be clean.
Here's it. Again, I forgot my last question. Damn it. See, you made me look foolish with you. You made me forget my question.
You the one talking about carrots and onions. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Yes, no.
You
So what is clean to a woman? And so what I mean by that, clean smelling, because some women say they don't like cologne or perfumes, and some people say they like the natural, some people say they like a man to wear colognes and things. What is clean to Angela?
Okay, so I have real bad allergies, so my husband can't wear real strong colognes, but that Bath and Body Works should be having a bit wet. Like, ooh, Jesus, that Bath and Body Works for men, ooh, Jesus, that's the best thing they could have came up with. So anyway, yeah, that Bath and Body Works is going to be that. Clean is when you don't have to put on a pound. Well, I can't smell that cologne. Like I said, I got bad allergies, so cologne don't work for me. But like some good body spray and some mild lotion and some soap, some Lever, like the Lever 2000 is antibacterial. Like that scrubs you clean, like clean. I don't know what clean means to anyone else, but you got to smell clean. I don't want to smell must. I don't want to smell them musty balls and musty dick and underarms and all that. No. You know how to clean yourself. I'm saying if you over the age of 18, you should know how to be clean if your mama taught you how to be clean.
I mean, I hear you. I hear you, and I get it, and I agree. But me personally, I like to leave just a little space right under the balls. Just leave a little bit of must there just for accent, just to make it feel special.
No. It ain't no little bit of stench. No. Like the lady on Get Out. No. No little bit of stench. Smell fucking clean. Like, scrub them motherfuckers. Like, scrub them. Like, clean. Lever 2000. Like, that's antibacterial soap. Use antibacterial soap, first of all. Don't use all them body washes that's not antibacterial. Antibacterial soap. And you get clean. And you scrub. And you take a shower in the morning and you take a shower when you get home from work.
What about what
And
if
then
I,
you
what
get
if I'm
all
in a
the head you
rush?
want.
What if I'm in
You
a
can get all
rush
the head you want.
and I just use
Well,
some
you
hand
ain't gonna get no
sanitizer?
head.
I can't use some
You
hand
ain't gonna get no
sanitizer.
head that day.
Hand
You
sanitizer
ain't
is
gonna get no head that
antibacterial.
day.
Hand sanitizer is
Nope.
antibacterial. So
Nope.
I can't just use some hand
Nope.
sanitizer and jump in the mix.
Nope.
Oh, you
Nope.
tripping? A little Purell? That ain't
Nope.
gonna work. Oh, you tripping?
No. No, it won't work. Shower. Shower in the morning. Shower when you come home from work. Get all the head you want. That's it.
I'm trying to jump in
Scrub.
that thing. Look, I'm trying to jump in it to win it. You know, sometimes time is of the essence. A little Purell, a
Well,
little
you
quick.
can jump in, but you just ain't gonna get no head. You can jump in as long as I ain't gotta smell it. Like, if you took a shower that morning and you come home for lunch, you won't jump in right quick. You ain't gonna get no head, but you can jump in.
Nah,
That ain't shit.
Yeah, you greedy. Angela's greedy. We've come to the conclusion. She's stingy. They greedy. Them Atlanta Indians are greedy. We know what's up with them now. We didn't figure them out. I see how it's going down. I thought we was better than
You
that.
know, it is what it is. I mean, if women like to suck musty dick and musty balls, more power to them. I'm not down on them. I'm just saying you'll get more. You'll get it more if it's clean, it smells good, and it's antibacterial and it's scrubbed. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Ain't nobody asking y'all to shave like no girl, because that's that one thing right there that irks the shit out of me. You ball like I'm like you suspect then to me. I'm sorry. Like you either had crabs or you like dudes. So it's a way to keep all that clean.
So, someone who shaves is suspect to you.
No, a man who
A
shaves.
man who shaves is suspect.
Women should shave. Yeah, women should always shave. But a man who shaves is suspect to me.
To you. Why is that?
Maybe because that's my era and I'm cut from a different cloth. But a man who shaves either had crabs or they're suspect.
Interesting.
Because a man is hairy. A man's supposed to be hairy. I mean, that's a man. You want an alpha male or you want a beta male? Which one you want?
I mean, I guess some chicks like to pick pubic hairs out their teeth. I mean, that's cool if you with that type of shit. I mean, you whatever floats your boat.
Well,
I mean, I can't tell you how to.
You know what? If you're licking the hairs, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, because the hairs ain't by the penis. So if you're licking the hairs, if you're a woman, you got hairs in your teeth, and you're not on the dick. So
I mean, I've seen some women do some amazing
things. Because I ain't got to go nowhere near your hair.
No, you ain't doing it right then. You're doing too much.
Yeah, you're doing it right, but you ain't got to suck the hair.
You ain't doing it right.
Yeah, you're doing it right.
I'm trying to knock a tonsil loose. You ain't doing it right.
What I tell you? Didn't I tell y'all about that 2-minute rule? Your 2 minutes, you did your job.
This ain't the NFL. Ain't no 2-minute one. You talking about like you in the NFL or something?
Yeah, yes it is.
You need to tell the Falcons about the 2-minute
rule.
They need to know
you
about
just
the 2
ain't
minutes.
ran into it. You just ain't ran, and I feel sorry for you.
I don't know, player.
You ain't ran into her. I'm just saying. It's just that you haven't ran into her yet. And I hope you don't, because you have a Mrs. and you're obviously satisfied. But I'm just telling you, there's folks out there who can get it over with in 2 minutes or less.
Yeah.
It is what you did. As long as it smells good. It's got to smell good, though.
Well, I mean, you say 2 minutes. I know somebody get it done in 35 seconds. So what's up with that?
Oh, well, then that bitch is the bomb. Hey, I ain't no hater. She need her crown. God damn it. She needs her crown. More power to her. Put her on the motherfucking head on the goddamn billboard. Like, this bitch is 35 seconds or less. I'm not a hater.
Okay.
Hey. That's the shit. That means she don't give a fuck about if it's musty, stanky, and negative. She don't get this shit done in 35 seconds. Give her, and she's done. I ain't hating on her.
Okay. I call that efficient.
Hey.
All right.
I'm not a hater.
That's a bit. Okay. Well, Miss Angela, I gotta go hit these streets here shortly.
Okay.
But I do appreciate your call. The ladies, y'all can do a 1-2. I'm not gonna give y'all an official ball vote. I'm not gonna log that into the dead
because that's
register.
what you do, Ed. See, that's what you do, Ed. See, that's the problem. That's the problem right there.
What's the problem?
No. See, the problem is you always talking about you ladies. I'm not gonna But the men, you gonna give them all kind of votes and what you think about this and what you think about that. But when it comes to the women, see, y'all don't be wanting to hear. See, when a woman sitting on this phone, when a woman on this phone trying to tell y'all the truth, y'all don't want to hear the truth. Y'all can't handle the truth. Y'all can't handle the truth.
See, now I am an equal opportunity applier. Now, if I didn't have to go take care of some stuff, we would have reunited an argument. When I take official votes, it's generally something that everybody can vote on. It's never biased towards the men or to the women. Now, if I do a unofficial vote, it's something generally, most. As a matter of fact, even when I said earlier, the first thing I asked was about the women and the consent thing. I made that directly for the women.
But But listen, how Trill's gonna say bullshit when he talking about he just came back and he didn't hear the whole conversation?
No,
See, that's what I be talking about.
Because he know what Angela be up to.
He talking about I just came back. He didn't hear the whole conversation, but he gonna say it's bullshit. That's what I be talking about.
You know what it is.
And all I did was spit some knowledge. So, hey, whatever. Y'all can listen or y'all cannot listen. I'm telling you. Listen. The moral of the story, clean your balls, clean your dick, making sure it smells good. You can get all the head, all the ball action you want. You don't do that, then hey, it's not gonna happen. Now, point blank.
All right, I'm going to take your word for it.
Now, that 35-second girl, that 35-second chick, she don't give a fuck. And I ain't no hater. Crown that bitch. 35 seconds? Whoa. So she better than Superhead, huh?
Well,
Superhead took longer than 35 seconds.
Superhead was overrated, though. Superhead was super handy. But we can't get into that. I got to get rid of this slide. But this is a whole other conversation. I'll jot this down in my notes. But, Superhead was overrated in my book. That was a lot of hands. That was like a dick massage, not a blowjob. So that's a whole different thing. But anyway, Miss Angela, as always, I appreciate you calling in and sharing your thoughts. You hating on Team Purell, but it is what it is.
I'm hating on what?
I said you hating on Team Purell, but it is what it is. I still appreciate you.
If you talk about some pure, ain't nobody finna put no goddamn hand sanitizer in their mouth. Just watch your ass with Lever 2000 antibacterial soap. So that goddamn hand sanitizer. You want to come home for a quickie, you ain't gonna get no head. You can get a quickie, but them balls must be, you ain't even gonna get that done. When you come home in the evening and you take a shower, and you can get what you want. But no damn Purell. You crazy. Ed.
All right.
Right there.
All right. Dallas is in Oklahoma. So there's that. Shout out to Miss Meek. I don't know where again that conversation went to. It just I don't even know. I don't know. But shout out to Miss Meek. I love talking to Miss Meek. And again, like I said, I do wish you much success in your endeavors and your business. But I gotta get out and get gangster in these Katy streets for a little bit. Word? You got that ball washing soap? I need to check that shit out. But yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at it. I have no problem with the dick massage. But a chick can't claim that her head is great if she's mostly hands, because I've had the differences. You know what I'm saying? I've had a handy chick and it was very good, and I'm not complaining. It got the job done. And I've had a real superhead with no hands, and that's just something completely different. It's just something special. The real no-hander compared to the hands. Like I said, I'm not knocking the hands at the spit. That's cool. That's legit. But a real live oral artist, it's no comparison. But with that being said, man, I got to get ready to slide. Then, folk, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming through, man. It's always a pleasure. Like I said, in the den we talk about a little bit of everything. We start off on one topic and we end up wherever we end up. But it's always entertaining. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll probably talk tomorrow more about the Cupcake McKinney situation. For those of you who are following Den Show Live on Instagram and Twitter, It's probably best if you follow Ed Honcho HTX. I'm probably gonna, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna deactivate or just stop using, but I'm probably gonna venture away from that and just kind of consolidate because it's just repetitive. And I actually talk more on the Ed Honcho Twitter than I do on the Den Show Twitter. It's just don't even think anything gets posted that hard half the time. So I'm just gonna kind of consolidate those same shit. And I think that's about it. Look, all this conversation might have to bring back Talking Dirty After Dark. Who knows? No. But we'll be back at it tomorrow, man. I appreciate each and every one of you. It is an honor, a pleasure, and a privilege. I don't know about Miss Me conversation. Nah, Miss Me's all right with me. But to get to chop it up with y'all, and I thank y'all for coming through. See y'all tomorrow while I debate if I really go and get this goddamn call. I know I shouldn't get it because I'm gonna barely play the story and be done with it because I barely ever play fucking multiplayer. But I probably play multiplayer and get my ass killed a couple of times. I'm terrible. Yeah, I guess I can. Let me slang out a couple of pistachios before I slide out. And I do appreciate y'all. I do want to say thank y'all. And need a cigarette you don't even smoke. I just be pushing random numbers on the keyboard. So, well, I didn't reset the game. What had happened is, yeah, I did kind of reset it. I had to change bots and everything because the other one was terrible. But you know, to be number one, you got to stay number one. You got to keep fighting to stay on top. You know what I'm saying? Man, like, I damn it want to slide to a Whataburger late night, but I don't need to eat that shit. I want to eat that shit, but I don't need to eat that shit. Heidi, you know, you just ruined. The Astros were number one until Heidi went to the game and then ruined it all. But I got you. I appreciate all of y'all. Well, how is 335 still in the mix? How does that work? 335 still at the top of the tower for the most part. Interesting, Heidi. I think you're using some SJW tactics on me. You're blaming the man for your pistachio problem. Yeah, you got that. Who is it? You got the Derrick Rose going on over there. You know, you're still good. Well, I don't know. The MVP one, then you got the conversation. But I'm going. Let me stop talking shit. I gotta go. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. I'm going to take the Marquis Ranch for a reason when nobody's looking, just because it's fun to do. Let me see some of that stuff only one line. Let's see if it works. Put it on Scotty.